Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you guys doing?
I'm sick.
That's not good.
The Labor Day. And hello, Wigglebutt, should I call you? Or is there any preferred method of calling? And is I'd assume my camera is currently not working too. There we go. Hello. Can you hear us?
Nathan, you're still muted.
Did you?
Okay, how about now?
Oh lord, I gotta turn you down.
It's pretty
There we
good.
go.
Yeah. Well, greetings. So I didn't hear the part. So should we call you Wigglebutt? Or is there any other? It's kind of weird to call someone Wigglebutt. It's like, whoa.
No, probably not Wigglebutt. Ignis or Nathan is fine.
Why not?
Okay. Well, hello Nathan. Welcome to our game, and hello, stranger there.
Yeah, Nathan's a good friend of mine. We go back.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Allison says hi.
Hey, Allie.
Oh, there's some.
Probably she's like, why is people are calling him Wigglebutt? It's like, yes,
No, she actually encouraged me to be called Wigglebutt.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should honor your sisters?
Girlfriend.
Oh, girlfriend. Okay.
Cassie.
Maybe we should honor your girlfriend and call you Wigglebutt from now on. But yes, Nathan. But yeah, welcome to our game on Monday session. Usually we have the sessions from this hour and for next 3 hours. So usually session duration is 3, although it could go on a little bit longer or shorter. And with that, from the videos lengths that I've shared with you, usually the session lengths from the last session is like 2 hours and 30 minutes or like 40, 50, usually goes around that. And I try to keep it within 3 hour limit. And we're currently missing few people, as 2 people said that this is a Labor Day and they don't want to do D&D in Labor Day for some reason. And usually we have an Ivern who has a severe problem with devices from very occasionally. Most of the time he has like a problem with his computer, he can't turn it on and whatnot. But yeah, he should be here, although I cannot get a contact with him. But nonetheless, at least we have 3 people. I should be able to go on fine. Before we go on, I don't know your characters from other session, Ignis. I look at the bios, but you haven't written anything yet. So why don't you introduce your characters to other people? And yeah, let's start from that.
Alright, so Ignis is a approximately 6'4", 240-pound fire genasi with flaming red hair. He was originally a soldier from kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a vagabond group of misfits, I guess. Just kind of fought his way through everything. Never really belonged to any one side, just kind of floated along, kind of like a mercenary type, I guess. And throughout the years, he's done some questionable things, but he is chaotic neutral and just kind of goes with the flow, enjoys fighting, and will go wherever the conflict is.
And your character was being played with the other campaign that Kazi was it?
Correct. Kazi was DMing that.
Ooh.
That was a while back, yeah. Everybody stopped playing
Yeah.
because they all hate me.
No, that
I
happened.
was pretty upset it stopped.
Yeah. Look at me! There's 7 people and 4 people are missing. 4 people hate me. Oh.
Did anybody else say anything or not? Because I knew Tall
Ivern-
Guy was out.
Tall Guy and Jen said that they're doing stuff with their families and stuff with the Labor
Okay.
Day, so. But yeah, thank you for your Fire Genasi backgrounds. Kazi, why don't you take that torch and go on?
Oh, with his character?
No,
Or...
with your characters. Why don't
Oh,
you just a
oh,
little
shit,
bit so that
sorry.
you be familiar with what you're playing?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I am playing Karak, the bounty hunter. He is a tiefling and is also chaotic neutral. And his background, I've got a very, very long background written up, but basically he is coming to these islands to find two people that have wronged him in his past life before he became a bounty hunter. And so becoming a bounty hunter is the reason, or it's his method of getting these two people. So he used to be a different man, but, you know, he has to put that aside to find these two people. And he doesn't like elves. So
There's a lot of racism in this campaign. So
oh yeah.
Yes, quite a bit of racism.
Yeah.
Well, Kazi is just kind of a racist character.
But Joffrey, why don't you introduce Owlet?
Well, first off, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. My mic's working. So I am Elrit, the Halfling Bard. He basically is just here because he wants to travel the world and follow a group of adventurers and write stories about them exploring this new world and kind of make his fortune that way, hopefully. Pretty simple background, really.
Yeah, everyone's in for money and racism.
Well, money and race, well, that's what makes the world go round.
Yeah.
Money and racism does make the world go round.
But yes, to give you a little bit of information about the world, generally the people who apply through the Roll20, they would generally take a look at the world settings that I've written up there, but I'm sure you didn't have time because it's all last seconds and whatnot, so I'll give you a little bit of brief about what generally is about the world. So for the settings, generally you can think of it as there's a new continent that is being discovered by these people from the island. So you can think of British settlers coming into America and they're colonizing the places to place. And you, was one of them, probably has left the Thousand Isles where most of your homelands and old mercenary groups and they all belong. And you came here to make fortunes and money. And everyone who belong here, unless you want to have it otherwise, will be brought here by Black Owl's company, which is they pay you for all the shippings that you 3 months of ships you're riding here. They have the all expense handled, and while you're staying in the town, you'll be paid by them as they're giving you support for settling in this place. And I'd imagine your character, unless you want to specify, would be here for a few weeks or months and doing little work from here and there, and you may be familiar with a few of the locals, and we'll search up that on the a little bit later on the introduction sides. But yeah, if you have any other questions about the campaigns, or let's say you want to modify your background, later when you're actually writing down in the bio, let me know and we can do what kind of interesting thing we can do for your character. So, but yes, before we start right off, I would like to mention a few things because of new players. This session is being recorded and will be posted on the YouTube publicly. I do share the playlist as I've shared with you, and those are the things. But do not worry, as no one watches the video. It's just for the record keeping purpose, majorly. And on the later down in the line, maybe like 3 years, people maybe watch stuff then. But yeah,
After we're all rich and famous from doing this.
Yeah, we'll be. You beat me to it. I was muted. God damn it.
No, I don't expect any fame and fortune from this. I just want to have a record of what I'm doing, so that at least when I die, there's something to be left behind.
Oh Lord! Wow. Why did that?
But yeah, I hated it. After the session, the things go away, and so, yeah. But yes, so last time in the sessions, rest of the group, Kazi and Owlet, had ventured into the forest and was chasing after this thief who stole a bunch of money from the town and stole the artifacts, and Raj, they have hunted down, and when they went to his basement for tracking his whereabouts, they noticed that he was making deals with some sort of demons, and after the quick handling of those demons in this realm. They were paid quite handsomely, although they missed on some opportunities on getting paid more. But they have been resting in the town for.
Bring that up, didn't you?
Getting paid a lot, but oh well, we got money out of it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all that matters.
You guys had to rest on the town for a week, buying rations and upgrading your muskets for some of you, and even buying magic items, although actually no one had bought it. Oh. But yes, I'll start off with you two who are already in town first. Last time I remember that you guys actually wanted to go to Haven. I do hear some background music for.
Oh, yeah,
hitting
sorry, they
the-
started shooting off fireworks outside. Hold on.
Labor Day, America, why? Oh well. No worries. I remember
So
the
Okay,
group.
I'm on push to talk now.
I'm just glad that your mic's working, man. Like,
I
right?
mean, I've had it on for 10 minutes and it hasn't gone out. What the hell?
That's right there.
I remember last time before we end the sessions, you guys mentioned that you guys wanted to chase after Cody, as you guys know that he has some connections left in Haven. As Darkay and all was referenced that they were from there, from the fake coins that you have gathered and from the letters that you received. So last time we ended at that, but on the week, what methods will you be using to get to Haven and get the exact location of where it is?
I would want to say, or like, let me know if I'm thinking properly on this, but like, we should probably ask Dalla about what ships are being chartered, right? Towards Haven.
That is one way.
That seems like the best way. In addition to that, I wanted to check with Kraskrem to see if he has any magical way of maybe tracking where Raj is specifically
Ooh,
before we charter anything.
that would be a good idea.
I don't suppose anybody has clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance is very useful. In fact, if you want to, you should be able to buy some magic scrolls from Crascrunch. If you want to buy a magic scroll of Locate Person, you should be able to do so.
Well, shit, locate person.
Yeah, hell, there we go. Problem solved.
Clairvoyance, let's see, was it castable by wizards?
I think.
Let's see. Wizard spells. I do not think wizard can cast clair. Oh, they can. Yes. They should be able to sell you the scroll of clairvoyance as well. Good thinking. Woo. Although probably I'll have your character join up with the group before we actually have any interactions, or maybe this is the perfect time for you to introduce your character. As you, Karak is approaching Dalla. Dalla seems to be talking with a new person that you've never seen before. You see a pretty tall, handsome genocide that has a burning fire on his head. And Dalla seems to be handing out him some gold at the moment as you're approaching it. And what do you like to do?
Is Ella with me, or is he buying scrolls right now?
If Ella wants to be there, Ella could be there. This is the time where you guys are buying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with us going as a group for this.
Okay. So walk up to Dalla and say, Dalla, how's my favorite dwarf girl? How's it going?
And Dalla looks at you with a big smile and says, Karak, welcome. Well, I was just giving the money for our new friend here. And then she pats on the... Oh my goodness, new character's name! More character to remember. Pats on the Ignis and says that, well, this friend here is Ignis. Fine addition to the town, I say.
Ignis, huh? Well, nice to meet you. My name's Karak Hira. You're a
How do you
tall
do?
fellow, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little.
Says that he's here for looking for works to do. Well, but that is that. But why have you brought you here? What brought you? The beard, maybe? Or my beauty? As she is stroking her beard, she seems to be winking at Karak.
Oh God. I think oh God, but I don't say it. I just smile because she gives us money, so I gotta be nice to her. I say, well, I was actually wondering. Elred and I are looking for charter towards Haven. Do you know if there's any ships coming through?
Oh, well,
Trade
there's
vessels,
some
merchant
ships
vessels.
going that area. Well, there is a ship supposed to be coming in few weeks, 2 weeks, I believe. If you want, I could say a word and bring you all there. Although they do cost quite a bit.
Gotcha. Is that a merchant vessel or is that like a person transport, like a ship?
It's a person transport. They're originally coming from New Caleb from down and going up, but should be able to ask them to have a little bit of detour.
Gotcha. Do you know anybody in town? How far is Haven from here?
By water or walk?
By water. I'm assuming it's on a different island or a different part.
Well, it is connected on this continent, but
Gotcha.
on land it will take you a few weeks to just walk there. On water, should be able to get there in 3 days.
Gotcha. You know anybody in town that has a boat?
She looks at you and thinks for a moment, and she says that...
My thinking here, gentlemen, is to cut out the middleman and just find someone with a small... We're not a large party.
I say
Find someone
that
with a small boat.
Sanga, you remember the fisherman who brought you here?
Oh, yeah! That guy.
Yeah, Sanga should be able to help you. Although, I don't know, his boat should be able to handle 3 days of sailing. Well, you should be talking to him.
Interesting. Sanga. Okay.
I have to wonder though, if we're going after Raj, I didn't realize Haven was connected by land. I wonder if we could intercept him on foot.
What was that? It sort of cut out at the end.
Oh, I was gonna say, since we're going after Raj, if he's going to Haven, I didn't realize it was connected to here by land. I wonder if we could intercept him on foot.
That's not a bad idea. It would be faster to go through boat though. So if he's already he's guaranteed at this point with us waiting in town, he's already there. Yeah. So what do you guys think? You guys want to hoof it by land and have our Lepidan friend help us, or
That might not be a bad idea.
or trek a boat and try our luck on the seas? We could always have the carpenter make us a dinghy.
I have a dinghy.
You have a dinghy.
It doesn't have a sail right now because it burned up, but I have one.
You have a burnt dinghy. All right, we might have a dinghy here. So
All right.
if we stay on the coast, Dalla, did you say that we could get there if we stayed on the coast, or would we have to go into the water, like far into the water?
It is on the coast. It's a port city, after all. Although, the city, as far as I can concern, is not very safe down there.
Oh, in the actual city? Well, we'll take our chances. We got people to find. You know that handsome young individual by the name of Raj?
On my young days, I've seen many beautiful men. But I would say that all the beautiful men in my life had thorns. Yet a big one.
Gotcha. So Raj is he's kind of a scumbag. He sells and deals in demonic artifacts and basically stole from the town and robbed you guys blind. I know this is quite a shock, but
Well, you see things here and there if you're doing a long life and doing trading. A lot of dirty businesses.
yep. So we're trying to find him and find out where he's going to make sure that this town doesn't have any more odd resurrections.
Yeah,
So
on desert bad for business for most of the time. Although weapons sell pretty well for arrows.
that's
But
true.
yeah.
That's true.
Well, if you're looking for any of my fine equipments or some more fun time, and she shakes dice actually, and also she winks at you. Well,
Another betting, drinking. Oh boy. Let's see. Senga has a
anyhow,
boat.
you and your friend have fun in there too. And as I'm saying, town is a little bit low on money at the moment, so maybe it's better for you to find jobs from new people. Maybe if they're hiring, probably you could ask them.
Gotcha. Alright, what do you think?
Well, while we're here, I do want to buy a suit of studded leather armor if you have it.
Well, sure, have no problem. Give me a second. And
It's 45.
yeah,
45.
you should be able to buy it from
Okay.
standard price.
And a hand crossbow.
Yep. But yeah,
I don't remember how much that one is. I think it's 150.
You say those are what, 75, I think?
75? Okay.
I think.
But yeah, so Ignis, what do you like to do?
Okay, I'm good.
I go where the conflict is. I just kind of go through town and just kind of make my way to where just things need to get done, and kind of go from there. I make from the pockets of those that don't like me, I guess.
I see Ignis walking off, and I tap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, wait up! You interested in making some money?"
How would we go about making this money?
You ever done any bounty hunting? You ever hunt down a man or woman?
Tis be my favorite sport.
We are looking to charter for a land called Haven. It's a port city, as you heard from Dalla, to hunt down Cody and his gang, which is the Circle Hook gang, to find some guy that stabbed us in the back named Raj. Are you in? I can't promise payment, but I definitely can tell you that whatever you find and kill on them, you can have your share.
Sounds like a righteous quest for a scumbag like him. I'm down.
All right, easy. I might as well save you the time instead of trying to poke around this backwater town and try to find something that will waste your time in in any ultimate sense. So, also, I would
Always
say
up for an adventure.
avoid the weird wizard. You'll get in trouble with that one.
Never been much one for wizards, anyhow.
All right,
You
so
say that, and yet we need to go talk to him.
so do you guys while we're around Dalla, do you guys need to buy anything? Just
I think he was buying a scroll, I believe, right?
from Crascrunch, right?
If we can get it from Dalla, I may as well, but
Dala won't be selling magic items directly. Although
Oh, yeah,
scrolls,
we'll
Crascrunch should be
so.
able to give you.
okay.
Yeah, so Crascrunch is a how would you describe him, Albert? Eccentric?
A tad.
Imagine a giant talking crow man. Yeah, exactly.
He's a bit high pitched and a bit energetic. So
Like Renaissance Medicine Man Crow Man, or like Feathery Beaked Crow Man?
Avant-garde, feathery creature, crow man.
that's
Okay,
almost
then.
the perfect description of him.
Yes, he's very over the top. So as you can see, describing the town, it's a port town. It kind of has a wall at the edge. It juts out as a peninsula. There's a black tower. How high did you say? 100 feet, right?
It is pretty damn high. I have to check the exact.
It's a really, really high black stone tower that does not have any obvious entrance. The base is much wider than the peak, and we have a ladder constructed leaning against where there's a entrance about 60 feet up, right?
It is 300 feet, 300 feet
Jeez.
tall, and it has entrance above the 100 feet high. And these guys, last time in the sessions, well, many sessions ago, they installed leather leading up to that point. If you scroll way up, you should be able to see actually the picture that I drew for the town. But it's a cliff and big tower above, and the entire city is built on the cliffside.
So it's a port city on a cliff. So that's Kraz Grinch's tower. And Elric, you said you need to buy some scrolls.
Well, I was thinking we could get a scroll of either clairvoyance or locate person to see if we could track down Raj a little bit more specifically.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, why not? Let's get it done. Elric, I guess you lead the way up the ladder.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and climb the ladder, and this time I'm going to knock on the door. I'm not just going to go in and break my neck again.
Yeah. As you're knocking on the doors, a few moments later, you hear the door opening, and one beautiful crowman appears out of the hatch down there. As he sprouts out and turns around 180 degrees in front of yourself and greets all of you and say, "Ah! The great Crascrunch welcomes all of you again! What do you need?"
Oh, mighty Crash Crunch. We've come seeking a scroll of perhaps locate person or clairvoyance. We're trying to track down the gentleman Raj who stole from this town.
Oh, that man! What did he do? Poor man!
All that gold that he was collecting for bounties, he took for himself and fled.
He looks at you, says that, "Well, that sounds a sucky business for the town, but business is business. You brought shinies, I bring scrolls to you. Well, what do you want to buy?"
God, everybody in this town's a capitalist.
That's what it sounds like.
The password to his door was shiny, so...
Yeah, that's true.
See, I'm looking for a scroll that would cast the spell Locate Creature. I'm not sure how much that would cost me, however.
Well... For the rules, roll 1d6.
1d6?
Yes.
And of course my computer's going to be slow.
Clairvoyance is 3rd level spell scroll, and yeah, 3rd level spell scroll, which is uncommon item, which is a 1d6 multiplied by 100, but it's a consumable item, so it'll be 50, half of the value, so 100 gold. So Crash Gun thinks of it for a moment and says that, "Well, I like all of you, so I'll give you 400 gold. A cheap price indeed."
I'll pitch in 33.
I was gonna say I can foot this one.
All right.
I got just enough left over after my shopping spree there.
All
Thank you,
right.
Art.
Spell scroll of clairvoyance added into your inventory.
All right.
And this is a one-time use thing. I say we use it when we actually get to Haven.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna
way
say.
we're that way we don't see, Raj or Cody taking a shit, and we're like, all right, now we know where he is.
By the way, for Ellet, have you used a
Yep.
spell scroll before in the other campaigns?
I have not, no.
Okay, so there's a few things that you need to know in 5e to use a spell scroll. So, if you're the spellcaster and your class can cast a spell, actually you can at the moment, then you don't need any DCs and should be able to cast. But if you were to get spell scroll of any other classes, the spell may fail as you're casting it through the spell scroll. But the bars being, you should be able to do any of the wizard stuffs as well. So, and this is a wizard spell, so you should be able to cast it without failing.
Okay.
So
Yeah, for the
that
future
would be
reference.
like a warlock trying to cast a druid spell, kind
Yep.
of.
If you were to
Okay.
do that, then it has a DC and it has a chance to fail. But
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What's the DC for like a non-magical user? Much higher,
I believe it's the same thing. Although, I believe it's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
as different costs. Gotcha.
The
Okay.
Crash Crunch
Interesting.
look at the burning fiery man was probably, or you probably came up all the way up with the letter with the rest of the group.
Yeah, I would have been probably the last one up.
Okay. He sees a new flaming man and says that, "Ah, new shiny man! What's he doing here? Never seen your kind."
Oh, jeez. Kind of taken aback at the magnificence of said creature. We'll say, I'm here on business.
Ah, yes! You're doing the Crash Crunch's bidding like these folks? Very good by you, very good! I asked these folks to search for the ruins of the old times, and they were so... I can't wait the moment that you'll bring me what I want.
Well, we'll do what we can.
Well, good to see your group's growing by and by. But yes, if you need anything, any magical powers of great Crash Crunch, let me know. I'll be always here. And
I will be
Crash
sure to
Crunch,
do so.
and as you're saying goodbyes, Crash Crunch just zips down as he's falling down, and the door closes behind him. And with that, unless you stop him from going down. No, nothing. All right.
No.
So, is there anything else you guys like to do in the town for shopping? And what methods of transport will you be using? Are you guys gonna go by the foot, or are you guys gonna take the boat option? Or you can go to a fisherman and talk to him if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna exhaust all our options. Let me know what you guys think as well. We go to Senga first, see if he's okay with chartering his personal boat. Maybe taking us as well, or we could sit around and wait for 3 weeks until that merchant vessel comes through.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid the 3-week wait.
Yeah. So yeah, we could always check with the carpenter, see if he's been working on a boat.
That's true.
Buy it out from under him.
Yeah. So fisherman first, then carpenter. Would you like to talk to?
Yeah, so let's go Senga first, then carpenter.
All right. If you were to find the fisherman Sanga that had brought you from the big ship to the smaller ship, you guys remember he has a small boat, and looking for him, it was not that hard, as you see him in one of the horizons on the sea that he seems to be using the fisher nets to bring up lots of fishes, and after a little bit of waiting, he'll be able to find and greet you on the shore as he comes back with his son. And as he steps down from his ship, he turns on all of you, and likely, Ignis, you would know him as well, as he's the one who would be bringing the adventurers from the ships on the sides into the town, actually. So you probably have at least seen him once as you're coming in here. And he says that, "Hello, sirs. What can I do?"
Who wants to start it off?
Well, yeah, sorry, my computer froze up for a second there. Hi, we are... Well, you know who Raj is, correct?
That bastard. Yes, I believe everyone in the town by now knows who he is. At least what he really is.
Yeah. We are actually hoping to track him down and get back some measure of what he stole from you all. Is there any way you would be willing to get us to Haven via boat?
Haven?
Yeah, we believe he went in that direction.
We could supply the rations and water and whatever barrels of water and food you may need for this trip, but if your boat can handle it, we would like to charter your services.
Roll persuasion.
Alrighty, that's one of my good ones.
Can I assist with Elrit's persuasion?
Most of the time, I would say that you can only assist when you have a proficiency in persuasion. Do you?
I believe so. Let me pull it.
What if I stand behind him and roll for intimidation?
Oh, that's an option. Yeah. So, can you describe your character standing
I don't.
behind and showing your intimidating presence?
Well, he's 6'4", 240 pounds, pretty broad at the shoulders. He has a war hammer attached to his back, and he's on fire.
Yeah, I'd be intimidated.
And he's doing JoJo poses.
Oh God.
He'll know at the moment that you're still friendly, though. I would say that maybe a gesture of intimidation would be nice instead of just the appearance description. Like, for example, like you like stare
gotcha.
at him with like the fires coming up from your mouth, or let's say you're like crushing the rocks behind, making Aussies
I'm
like
gonna
saying
go
no.
Ghost Rider. Just go Ghost Rider on him. No, I'll just be kind of standing straight up, arms crossed. I have like flaming red eyes also, and I'll just kind of stare at him with my head cocked a little bit.
All right. Roll intimidation. I'll take the average. Oh my goodness.
Oh
What did you roll?
Not good. So my fire went out.
Yep, the sea wind was very strong. The strong breeze seems to be distracting you. As your fire seems to be like on the other directions. It's a back, like a long woman's hair. Your fire seems to be directed into. But not many people besides you have noticed that, and it has been forego. With 13 persuasion, Sangha says that I do love to get back at that bastard to get my money back, but we aren't doing very good in our pockets at the moment. I still have to keep working to keep the family going on. It'll take at least 6 days for me to go there and come back. I still have
we'll
families
happily
to
pay
see.
you. We'll happily pay you beforehand. You can leave
Yeah.
your money here with your family.
Yeah, we'll pay you up front. We know you're good for it.
All right then. How much are you thinking?
How much do you need?
Let's see how good he is. He looks at you and says that. How does 20 will sound? For all of you.
Sounds doable.
20 each? Yeah, we can do that. Or 20 for all of us.
Well, 20
So
for all of
20 for
us.
Oh,
20
yeah.
each, I would be taking it. That would be too much for all of you.
I almost fucked up. Sorry.
You almost yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll do 20 gold per passage. I'll
Alright.
get this one. I'll pay him.
Okay.
On top of that, includes the rations that you guys promised, so it'll be expected for 6 rations to be spent on the way and then coming back.
Okay.
Yep, so he'll be accompanying you to the place and he'll stay there for the moments and spend his time and will come back as well. And total will be 20 gold for going and coming back.
All right. Yeah, I will pay the man his 20 gold, and make sure we take out. Oh, who do we lose? Oh, we lost
You
Nathan.
lost Jigglebutt! Jigglebutt, no!
Oh, he
Butts
just
are no
let me
longer jiggly.
message him. See what's going on.
It's fine. Probably connectivity, who knows. But yeah, 2 people are a little bit sad. But yes, he will agree on you for the 20 golds for coming home. And the Sangha says that I'll be back, don't worry, to his son, as he stands right beside. And looks at all of you and says that, when are you guys leaving?
As soon as possible, right?
Yeah.
Well, what is the weather looking like on the way there? From what you've seen, from what you know in your experiences as a fisherman.
He looks at you and says that, to my honest experience, it's very unpredictable on the way.
Gotcha. I say we. As soon as you're ready to go and you said your goodbyes to your family, let's charter out. Yeah.
He nods his head and says that, well then tonight, right away.
All right. Excellent.
Alright.
We set sail at night.
And he'll take 20 gold from all of you. 10 gold each for now.
I've already minus 20 gold from my account. So.
Alrighty.
No.
Oh, wiggle butt, why? It'd be really sad if you guys go into combat with 2 people, actually. So,
Honestly, yeah. Let's see what he says.
yeah.
Oh, his internet apparently went down.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I've got studded leather now. I can tank.
should be fine for now. But yes, Sangha will meet all of you at the end of the night. He'll probably tell you that come back here at the moment when you guys see him again. And at the late night, you guys all gathered up. And weather at the moment seems to be good. Although, you don't know what will be there yet.
Of course, it's the sea.
Yes. And with that, flavor-wise, at the moment, 3 of you, but if there's more people popping up in the later in the session, probably I'll say that they were here the whole time. So, yes, many
Balance
of you...
off, visiting his family, you know.
Yeah. By the way, is there anyone that you want to bring from the town, though? Other than the player characters?
I'll ask Ulfson if he wants passage into Haven to get passage back to his son.
Wolfson will tell you that that city, not the place that you want to go.
Anything you could tell us to better track down Cody and his Circle Hook gang?
That is a very good
Because I don't think
question,
I've
actually.
asked them directly. Yeah, I don't think I've ever asked them directly.
Yeah. Let me see. He looks at you and says that if you go there, there are a lot of dangerous people around, mostly Cody's gang. One thing that I can tell you is don't trust anyone in the town. Well, at least I can tell you one person that you can trust.
Yes.
And he says that in the place, if you go to the port, I believe that at the time where I was there, it was ruled by Mukuka.
Where do you come up with these names?
Oh, it's not Mukuka, it's Makuka. Makuka.
Oh, you typed it for us. Excellent.
Yep.
Orc.
I helped a man who was trying to set up a business in there, Sammy. He should have, he has his own instrument shop in that harbor. If you talk to him, then at least he should be able to get you someplace safe.
Gotcha. Makuka runs the port, and Sammy is a good contact that you knew, right?
That is exactly what you need to know.
My pen just exploded.
But yes, Cody's gang is running wild in the area, so really, you should be careful there.
All right.
Before we go, I'm gonna ask Olson, do you happen to have any spare of those mercury bullets that you could sell us for Karak here? I imagine they'd be handy against a group, considering that it'll bring them back as one of those little zombie things.
He looks at you and says that, well, those are the bullets I have. I need some for myself too. So, other than the one that I gave, not at the moment.
Darn.
Thanks for
Yeah.
trying.
Would you be willing to teach one of us how to make them? I'll pay you for it.
Persuasion, that's a good try, yep.
Okay.
Damn, Elder over here is my personal off-tank healer, my
Oh,
guardian.
Yeah.
Look at that roll.
Holy shit.
He looks at you straight in the eye, Elliot, and says that, whatever you need to take down that bastard.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you that to produce it, there is a giant monster that from the north of the town that is lurking around. A pretty big one. Seems to be some sort of a golem. And what he tell you is that it seems to make offsprings of that golem as it duplicates itself. And if you were to kill them, they would drop some different type of mercury. And if you were to dip your bullets in them, then it gets enchanted by those magics.
Gotcha. How far away from the town is that? Would we have time to?
That is
take one or
Silver
two of
Lake.
them down? It's all the way in Silver Lake.
At least we know how to get them.
Yeah, we know how to get him at least. Okay. I'm gonna throw 20 gold his way just to say thank you.
Oh, he refuses it, and as he says that,
okay.
you probably need it more than I to take that bastard down. The
I
town
will.
that you're
Thanks for the
going,
information.
Haven is not a good place. You'd be careful with the money.
I'll keep that in mind.
Shoot, we never unlocked Raj's jewelry box, did we?
What box?
Raj's jewelry box?
Oh, it's true. We never did.
I just took it with me.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Would you like to?
Olsen, you mind if I ask you for a quick favor before we part ways?
He nods his head as he says it, without saying any word.
Final payback, and you can take whatever you need from here, give it to your son. I know he'll appreciate it, and your family would appreciate it too. Get back at Raj. I show him the jewelry box and say, "You mind cracking this open?"
He grabs the box and, without thinking, coming from you, would open the box. It is actually not locked.
Oh, god damn it!
Everyone make dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
Jeez.
Should have known.
Classic. All right, 21.
Dexterity save. 19. Yeah.
All right.
I told you it was a DC 20.
Let's see. Well, it's not strong to kill you guys at the moment, and you guys are not at exactly like combat situation, so it's probably fine. But yes, as the box explodes in flames, you guys take 14 damage. However, Elliot and Kazi, both of you makes a saving throw and take 7 damage as a result. However, the Wolfsin was holding the box, fails the saving throw, and seems to be currently burned. And you can see that his face and all of them seems to be charred quite a bit as he's
Wait.
coughing smoke.
He's a tiefling.
Wait, oh yeah, resistance fire. Right.
So I take 3 damage?
Yep, you take 3 damage.
Yeah.
Wolfson takes
Alright.
7 damage. As a burst of flame comes out, he says that, was that some supposed a joke?
Oh god, no! Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? No!
You trying to kill me or something?
No! Olsen, calm down. You know whose box that was, right?
Was your box?
No, look at the box. Look
Took it
at
from
it.
Raj. I'm gonna throw a healing ward on him.
You were there when I picked up the box.
Let's see if he remembers.
It's the heat of the moment. I don't expect him to.
He goes
There we go.
like,
He's fully healed.
how am I supposed to remember everything you pick up in the house?
I can't really tell your emotions because your eyebrows are gone, but
He's like, well, everything in that house was trapped, and why are you giving me this thing for my son or something?
I thought it had money in it. I didn't know it was unlocked. I thought it was locked. I'm not a thief.
he shakes
To
his
be
head.
fair, everything else there was trapped. We should have known better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And he shakes his head and saying that, well, if you keep this up, then you'll be a dead body in that forsaken town, so and it's good that you're actually doing it in town. And he throws the box on the ground that is burned and broken. And says that, well, I'll be leaving in a few days, so hope to see you at some point, but hopefully not for that reason.
I yeah, as
Next time we blow you up.
yeah, no. As we about to board Sanga's ship?
Yeah, if you want to spend the rest of the night and getting prepared.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
the question I asked right before this was there any NPCs that you would like to bring along with you?
I was gonna bring Ulfson,
All right.
but Ulfson said no, obviously. So before we leave Ulfson for the last time and his arc closes, I say to him in Infernal, is there anything you want me to tell Raj or Cody before we kill him?
There's so
Any
many
message from
things
you?
that I want to send them. Tell them. Well, it would be cool if I just sent them the word. He give you 1 bullet of mercury, as he's saying that, and say that just use that. That'll be my last action.
All right. Excellent.
Nothing will please me more to see that bastard just lurking under zombies forever.
All right. Apparently, I had 4 of his bullets. I don't think that's correct, though. Did I have
you
4 of
did
his
take a
bullets?
couple when we first met him.
I did, didn't I?
That
I don't
sounds
know
right.
if you ever used them though.
All right. I guess I have 5 of his bullets. All
Sweet.
right.
We can
Yeah.
make zombies.
Oh hell yeah! I can make 5 zombies.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Best of luck to you, Olsen.
Wigglelock got online and he went offline. Sadness.
Let me see if you said anything.
At the moment, though, there is a little bit of expected combat on the later sessions. It may be hard for
This-
two of
this-
you guys
we
to
might-
do it.
yeah.
Although, if you guys want to do it, you can do it. If you guys want, we can continue. But it's probably better to pause the sessions. Do you guys want to
Yeah.
continue?
I was gonna say, with the combat, whatever, we don't want to get too far because we're literally going to a new place.
Yeah.
Next
And
session,
that's
we
a
can
hell
just
of a-
say, you got to a new place.
Yeah, that's a hell of a shift.
Yeah.
And so, again, up to you. I think what we've been doing so far is more like backstory, lore, closing out chapters, which I love doing, which is okay with any amount of people. But
Yeah,
combat
definitely.
is going to be difficult because I'll literally become off tank again.
And then I'll be the healer.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
no hideous left here. What is this madness?
Actually, while I'm thinking about it, we never gave the translation of the Mind Flayer stuff to the mayor.
Oh shit!
Yes.
So
Oh,
I
you're
wanna do
right.
that.
Oh,
And
you're totally right.
Maybe we can talk the mayor into coming with us because he's clearly an experienced fighter.
He is a retired adventurer. You think Ovilla would want to join us too?
Maybe she's not in town though, is she? I thought she went back with the Lapidans.
Oh, she's in
Did she?
town.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
She was with Jessica, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. She would follow you guys if you explained that you guys need to go to this basement as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, shit, that would have been nice. Her gun would have been real nice there. But yeah, I say it's now nighttime. We're about to go, and we're like thinking, oh shit, we gotta tell these people.
You could be retroactive. It's just wrapping up, and you guys technically have more time, so it's really fun.
Okay. So let's go check up on Ovilla and Jessica, and then go see the mayor. Yeah, because I'm thinking
Sounds good.
progression. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we walk to the longhouse, or would they be at Raj's house?
They would be a longhouse at the moment. If you were to go there, Jessica and some other characters are there too. You see that Joe Blazefang, your friend, seems to be building a dojo right beside the longhouse, and Jessica seems to be one of the part of the thing, and she seems to be helping out on the buildings. And you can tell that a few of the workers and carpenters seems to be gathered around up there, and they seems to be currently working on the constructions. And
All right, so
yep, and flavor-wise, that is that. But I would say that this is happening few days before you guys leave the town.
yeah, because we've had that week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Or
is
10
typical
days.
like anime in anime, like they think of back of what happened back then in the middle episode.
Yeah. This is a flashback episode
Yeah, flashback episode.
because the mangaka just decided to bring up something. So,
Yeah, this happened. We need to do a chapter about it.
exactly.
Ovila would be sitting in a longhouse. She'd be looking outside of the window, but she's just like this on the window and seems to be extremely bored. She's looking down the town, and all she sees you as is like approaching her, and she also knows that you guys have been doing pretty much nothing for the last few days, and doesn't seem to be very impressed. What do you guys like to do?
Hey, you want to kill a guy?
Yeah, you want to come to Haven with us? Also, I have a Lupidan robe if you want it. I'm not a Lupidan and I don't wear robes.
You have a rope and you have what? And she has two people. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Alright, go ahead.
I was gonna say we're gonna go track down someone and kill them. You want to join us?
Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. And she goes in of the house and comes out and brings her bow with her. So where
I'm
is
bored.
it?
Let's go murder.
All right.
We're gonna be taking a boat to a town called Haven.
You ever heard of Haven?
Yeah, that human place, right? I saw some her adventurers coming in and out.
Yeah.
Although
Yes.
well, our town didn't have much traffic coming from there.
Yeah, we're going there to track down the guy that basically hired the people to steal your artifact, brought this plague to the city, and basically the raid boss.
Oh, sounds about right. I mean, I was regretting my choice of leaving the town. I didn't know it was gonna be this bored.
Yeah, it's a pretty boring town, ain't it? Not a lot going on here. Well, I see that there's a dojo monastery monk thing being built.
Yeah, building houses. I've seen plenty of that in town. I thought life of adventurers would be more fun than just guarding around and staying in the town. Eh,
Well, do you
well,
want a room in Raj's house?
uh,
Sorry, go ahead, Elliot.
I'm fine with the long
I was
one.
gonna-
The house I'm in right
I'm
now.
just saying to her, unfortunately, you have those long swaths of downtime as an adventurer.
Yeah. So yeah, would you like to join us on the boat? It's about 6 days travel, and then we're gonna hit the town and find a contact.
Yeah, lead
We could
on.
always- All right,
Yeah,
excellent.
I would want nothing else but to leave this place.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And she'll follow you for the rest of the day, realizing that you guys are actually not living this day. She'll be agonized for the rest of the duration.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That is the story of her.
She's gonna be the little kid in the back. Are we there yet?
Yeah, she's like, "What are we doing? I thought we were going."
She's
there
been
right
on guard duty the entire time, and I feel so bad for her.
now."
So yeah, let's head over to the town. Oh, let's also let Ovilla know what was said on that box. So I'll let her know what the mind flayers were thinking or saying.
Oh, that's okay. The mind flare. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep, if you were to give her the translation of what had been written down, she reads it and says that, well, that means the town's relocation doesn't really matter if you don't know where they are.
Yeah, that is true, but at the same time, we knew where they were, which was in the town.
Shouldn't we chase after them first?
They're not acting right now. We need to make sure that we get the mind flayers. The mind flayers aren't acting currently. They're having a lot of turmoil within. We need to find this Cody guy in Haven and then make our way back with the.
Yeah, but they're trying to hide, right? At the moment.
Are they not regrouping basically and
Uh,
trying to figure out their differences?
in the description, the quote unquote is that blue spaghetti beard. We must stay hidden.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
information.
Gotcha.
And they're
Yep.
trying to secure Elder at the moment.
There's an underground current. Right. So the group has decided we go for Cody and finish this zombie nonsense first. The Mercury zombie nonsense.
Well, I guess there's little thing that we can do without numbers. All right.
Yeah. Damn,
doesn't seem to be
Obilis would
exactly
have so been on my side.
She doesn't exactly seem to be excited or happy about the decision, but knowing that there's not much you can do, I should follow
Yeah.
along.
I mean, at least we're getting the rest of the Lupedians in that area out of there.
Yeah. Less food for the mind flayers.
Yeah, the further away from the mind flayers, the better, as we can tell.
Yeah. And that would be Willa that you'd be talking to in town. Anyone else?
Yep. Mayor now, right?
Yeah, go up to the mayor next.
Okay.
So,
If
yeah.
you were to go down to Mayor, most of the time people say that he seems to be staying at the house. And if you were to go to his house near the Longhouse, and he would come out of his door and greet you as he always does, with his stern face, and say that, hello.
Hello to you too. I extend a hand.
He looks at your hands and says that, one word of advice for adventurer would be, don't shake hand with people as much as possible.
Damn. What I basically wanted to do was examine his hand and see if there was. It was gonna be a whole like persuasion check. I was gonna grab his hand, pull it forward so that I could see if he used to fight these things. He's obviously got lashes and scars all over him. Is my guess. I was gonna try to pull him in, but damn, he outsmarted me. Okay. I say this all out loud.
Okay. Ooh! The wiggling has started!
Hey,
Hey, Nathan.
Yep, we were being worried as there was about to be combat at some point, and then it was like, 2 people combat? What is this weakness? So they were just wrapping up additional stuff right before. This is the last one. They're talking to the mayor of the town. You probably seen him once. He doesn't talk very much. He doesn't actually initiate talking to a lot of people. So, yep. But yes, if you want to be with the group, that's fine at the moment too. And Mayor says that you say that trying to examine the hands and whatnot, but he says that lots of trickery comes with hand.
You're right. I try to make you fall for my trick of the hand, but yeah, let's Elrit, should we just show him the note that we deciphered?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just gonna hand over the note to him. Let him know this is what Kraz Crunch translated from the mind flayer thing we showed you.
Yep. He'll be reading the notes. And by the way, Wigglebutt, if you want to read the notes that they have gathered so far, there is a note handout called Translation. That's the note that they gathered from the Mind Flayers. If you're familiar with
Mind
Flayers,
Flayers.
that is. They recorded a conversation between 2 Mind Flayers, and this is the translated version of their language that is heading into the note. It'd actually be funny if you guys were to be metal with the notes. It'd be funny one way or the other.
Like mess with the notes, yeah.
Yeah, like forge it or like add like sentences to it and extract the money or something. But hopefully you're not doing it.
Basically, write a note. We're coming for the mayor unless he goes to Haven.
But yeah, Mayor looks at it and says that. We need adventurers, more of them. He looks up to you and says that good work, and give you back the notes at the moment.
So nothing is what I tell him.
Planning, more work for you lately.
You're right. You're right. I literally have nothing else to say to this man as he's upsetting me.
And he
Always 2 steps ahead.
He doesn't talk to you first either, and
No, of course not.
Does Elle have anything to say to him?
As I say, before we go, I realize the mind flayers are going to be an issue, but we're trying to track down Raj first and get back some of your town's funds. Any chance you'd want to come along for that? You seem like you've been a fighter in the past. Maybe you can help beat in the guy's skull for what he did to y'all.
Also, you're saying that you used to be great, like a fighter and whatnot. Roll insight.
Can I?
Yep.
Inside. The hell's inside? There it is.
Ooh, spicy rolls.
He replies to you saying, I don't fight anymore. With his stern face, you could tell that in the voice, on his stern tone, there's a lot of sadness in his voice, and likely there is some reason why he doesn't usually talk to the other peoples, or at least fight as himself. And as he says that, as mayor, I'll get other people. If you do want, if you come back, I'll have work for you.
Well, I won't pry too much. I can tell that you have your reasons, but everybody has to fight sometimes. There might come a day where those mind flayers show up, and we alone aren't enough to help the town.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely be back for more work.
Yeah, we will, we understand for now, but know that if you ever want to dust off that old title, we always welcome the experience.
He nods his head and he steps a few steps back with his crippled knees, with his as you know the story of the arrows breaking into his knees, and he says farewell to all of you and closes the door slowly.
Well,
Yes. Now the mayor should be aware of the what is that going on with the mind flayers, and I say that we will resume back about it. That's enough of the memories of the past. Since you guys are all here. Also, you guys are going along with the ship and riding the fish boat all the way to the New Haven. The weather seems to be changing as the suns, as you're crossing the different locations, seems to be altering. And first, for one day as you're going there, the weather seems to be pretty nice. It's pretty sunny as always, and it was very shiny at the moment. But as you guys are going along, the sun, you can see that it turns blue, like a crystal and emerald blue, like a beautiful sapphires. And soon enough comes a rain cloud that hides at the beautiful blue suns, and with it drops of rain starts to come bit by bit. And on the second day, as you're going along in the boat, in the small boat, soon the small droplets of rain seems to be turning into a giant storm, and with the thunderstorms on the surface and the water coming along, the ships will be violently shaken by the wind and the waves of water that seems to be towering along the 10 meters on the behind. And the fisherman will be trying to use his water vehicle skills. And is there any of you who has a proficiency in water vehicles?
Oh,
The only person that was proficient is dead.
I can offer him a bardic inspiration to help with his rolls, but that's about it.
I can offer you smarmy commentary and sarcasm.
Yes. Bardic professions, and he will add his proficiencies. Okay. So what's your bardic inspiration die?
That's a D6 on top of the 7.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh my god.
my bardic inspirations are cursed. Every time I give them to people, they roll a 1.
On the second day, as you guys are going in, with the big waves coming in, he tries to steer away and try to stabilize the boat, but nonetheless, it was too late. The boat was capsized on us at the moment of chaos. As Genocide, as Ignis, you can feel the fresh waters just capturing your entire body, and you can hear the chiselings around your body as this is happening. Not a very pleasant feeling at all. And both of you who are riding the boat as well feel that the water filling all of your holes, including your lungs, probably. It's for good 30 seconds or a minute, you can feel that the water is encompassing you. And all of you, as you guys are getting capsized, what are you guys gonna do?
Not drown.
Yeah.
You guys are in the middle of the somewhat ocean. There's a coast in the nearby, but to not drown, specifically, what methods would you like to do? Try to find something to hold on, try to catch someone, try to swim, stuff like that. Actually,
So, the beginning of that explanation was a little bit garbled and cut out.
oh,
So,
no.
are we like fully capsized? Is
We
the
got
ship-
knocked over from the storm.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're off of the boat, but the boat is still in peace.
Would you like
Yeah,
to
we've
determine?
been flung.
Would you like to determine the state of the boat currently under the water?
Yeah, that'd be great if I could
Alright.
swim to the surface.
Roll perception to see what the boat is at right now.
Oh boy.
The storm cloud seems to be blocking out a lot of sunlight for you. And with that, and you being under the water at the moment, doesn't seem to be exactly have a good sight, or even the idea of which direction that you're currently heading. You don't know that you're looking sideways, or you're looking down or up in this water, as you cannot barely feel any gravities, as a strong current seems to be carrying around your bodies at the moment. And that is, at the moment, you do not see boat in your sight. As you're trying to look at the boat, what are you two doing at the moment?
I am trying to get to the surface of the water, primarily to look around. If the boat's there, I'm going to try to swim to it and hold on to it. If it's not, I just want to look for a piece of driftwood or anything I can hold on to try to get myself over the shore.
All right, perception.
Right. There.
16 perception, and also you're trying to locate the boats or pieces of woods. You did notice that the boats seems to be underwater at the moment, although it is currently capsized and is slowly sinking at the moment, as it's full of water. And you should be able to go and get to the sinking boat at the moment. Is that something that you want to do?
Fortunately, I don't think there's anything that I could actually do for it. So, no, I'm going to try to, look for driftwood, or if not, just try to get my way over towards the shore.
Okay. Roll survival. And we cannot hear you.
Did you cut out? Joe?
I think his voice is, but it doesn't matter.
Did I cut out?
Ah, there you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Also, you're trying to look at and try to escape this place without looking for other people's and whatnot. Your own survival, right? And you, with your vague memory of where the coast was, and you kind of kept a track as you're being rolled around in the current, and you managed to get the right locations. Although it's not a very big ship and is not currently broken down into pieces, it'll be pretty hard to find any woods that are randomly drifting by. But at least you would be making your progresses towards the correct direction to get to the shore. And Karak, what is he doing?
So first thing I do is hold my breath as I am currently underwater. Second thing is I open my eyes. What do I see? Roll perception, right?
Yep.
All right. All right. Do 19.
I'll give you the general descriptions.
Like, do I see? Basically, I open my eyes and I see if there's anybody that's knocked out, anybody else swimming towards the surface, which way they're swimming. Basically, look around and see what's going on in this moment that I can.
You see that definitely right beside you, you see Ignis, who is currently underwater. He seems to be currently being rotating constantly under the water with some momentum left over from the capsize. Currently confused, and you can see that Ella seems to be pretty determined in swimming to certain directions at the moment. And with 19... you do see the boat as well, currently capsized, sinking. But yeah, that's...
Do I see Singa anywhere?
Currently, you do not see Sangha.
Okay. And you said Ignis is next to me?
Ignis is next to you, although it's not like right next to you.
Yeah.
You should be able to get to him if you want to.
I swim towards Ignis and attempt to, like, not grab him, but, like, hit him so that I get his attention and point up. Because you grab someone while they're bumbling around, you're dead.
Yep, I say that that happens, and Ignis, you see that Karak stops you from randomly rolling around with the current, and he points you up.
So we swim up to the, or I'll start swimming up to the side of the boat. Ignis, where are you going?
You pointed up. I'm gonna go in the direction you point me, so I'm just gonna go straight for the surface.
All right.
Oh man. As you're swimming in the water, give me a second to search up the
Mercury sharks.
Mercury sharks.
That's the last thing we need.
Wait, they're beasts. They're my favorite prey.
At least you'll get that bonus damage.
Yeah, when I club them because I can't fire underwater.
I say, Ellet, you are currently underwater, right?
Okay.
Swimming towards the coast, and you know where that is. And what is everyone's constitution right now?
Constitution.
Yeah.
Constitution.
Total or
Constitution.
modifier?
Modifier should be good. I believe that the time that you can spend underwater is determined by constitution. How long you can hold your breath.
All right, my constitution is a 1.
Yeah, I have a +2 modifier.
I have a
Alright.
+3.
hold breath duration. I already mentioned that all of you guys spend around 1 minute under the water, just rolling around. By the rule, you can hold breath underwater 1 minute plus the Constitution modifier. So if you have +3, then you should be able to hold breath for 4 minutes. Wow!
Holy shit!
This is amazing human feat, but this is fantasy, so whoa.
Good
Yeah,
thing
A
I'm
fire
not human.
genasi can hold his breath underwater for 4 minutes. Know thy enemy, right?
No die enemies?
No. It's saying know thy enemy because he's fire in water, but he can hold his breath for 4 minutes, which is wild.
Yeah. It is pretty impressive feat, actually. By anyone, but...
My record is 2 minutes 4 seconds.
Real life?
In real life, that's really good.
Holy, nice.
All right, so
I'm
I
currently
swim up to
preparing
the
the
surface.
map at the moment.
Okay.
Give me a few seconds to finish up the details.
I'm trying to think right now of how best to uncapsize this boat, and I'm thinking that I climb on top of it and rock the boat, right?
Depends on what kind of capsize. Like, are the ballast filled with water and it's sinking straight down, getting like sucked down, or is it tipped over?
It is tipped over currently. So the bottom of the boat is facing upward, and there doesn't seem to be any air bubbles inside, as it is constantly sinking currently.
You might not be able to save that.
Yeah.
No, if you
can't.
creativity, man. Whoa. But yeah, you should be
I can set it
able
on
to.
fire.
Yeah. You should be able to see the map currently. I will place the tokens for you guys. In the location that I
Very
think
blue.
that you guys would be around.
Oh, by the way, to add your token, Nathan, go to your character sheet, go to bio and info, and then you should be able to add it there. Once you hit edit, make sure you hit edit, and it'll let you select your avatar.
And first round will be. And I would say that the Ellet, you are currently underwater, as I mentioned, and I would say that if you spend 1 round, I would say that you can get to the surface of the water.
Okay, yeah, I want to focus on that because I don't want to drown.
Yeah. Currently, there is waters and is pouring rains, and there will be some limitations in your vision. As I mentioned, the sun have changed, and there is some problem with the light. Although it is not dim, beyond 30 feet is considered as lightly obscured, and beyond 60 feet is considered as a heavily obscured for the reference. And roll initiative.
Ooh, I cannot select my token.
Yeah, I can't select mine either.
Oh, I think that's my bad. Let me change a few things around.
Do you just want us to drag our token next to our current ones?
No, you should be able to select it now.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ignis, you have the thing now. Nice. I'll drag in the new one. I'll delete the old one. There you go. Yep. So roll initiative. What you generally want to do is click your tokens and roll initiative. All right.
Give me a second.
And with this, I'm gonna roll. Let's see. Yep, don't worry. Take your time. I'm getting steps for the monsters too, so that's no problem. And 7 initiative, I can see that you can click the initiative, but you have to click the tokens to register properly. This time I'll edit for you, but next time, because I have to edit every time when people don't click on the token.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one thing that I always had trouble with Roll20.
Yeah, no problem. But yes, you notices a few of you as you guys swim to the surface. And for the sake, I would say that if you reach this point, I'll extend the map below so you can actually get to the surface for the moment. Yes. Boom, boom, boom.
We should have fallen Olsen's boots.
Right.
Oh, that's a big number 1.
You guys notices something pretty damn gigantic seems to be swimming towards your directions.
Orcas.
In fact, it is orcas. And
shit.
I rolled a stealth for you guys. It did not roll good. You guys all see that giant orca seems to be swimming in the water. You can tell the giant black and white bodies are rebuilt in the water. And first of the initiative would be...
You gotta roll theirs, yeah. Oh boy.
They're-
No,
they
he always rolls really well.
really high at the moment. You know what? They're kind of. I say that they spend their turn at the moment to approach you guys. Oh.
Oh god. Elra, this is where you tell us that you can speak to animals, right?
Unfortunately, no. But maybe they're friendly.
But yes, these doesn't seem to be exactly friendly, and you can tell that their eye seems to be exactly fixated on these folks. And those of you who rolled really well, so basically Kazi, you notice that there is a little bits of blood floating in the water, and you maybe know that this may be doing it. And Karak, your turn.
So there's blood floating in the water, and what else did you say?
There's a bit of blood flowing in the water, and they don't seem to be exactly friendly to you guys. Although, if you want to examine their exact state, then you can use your action to examine them and whatnot. And for the surroundings, there is the ground area. So as you can see, the few of the rocks seems to be above on the water, and you can climb up onto the land if you want to.
What zone is there blood in? That's what I would like to know.
That would be an action to use a perception to determine exactly the area of blood that you're determining. Are you sure you want to use
Okay.
an action?
Nope. I was just wanted to see if I could get a freebie out of that. Let's see.
But maybe it's worth it to do it.
Oh god, do I? It would be an action to climb on top of the boat, right?
Boat is currently underwater. I would say that it's like feet-wise, I would say 15 feet under the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Screw it. I am swimming the fuck away.
Underwater, default swimming speed would be half of your movement speed.
Well, are we still underwater?
This is water, yes. You're
Okay.
on the water, you're currently swimming. Unless you have a swimming speed, half of your movement speed is default.
Nathan, did you just draw on the map?
I
think
don't know
so.
how, but I believe so.
No worries.
I would like to swim. You said half movement speed?
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh man, the boat's so close. I could either screw myself or save myself. I don't know. Alright. I'm
To be
gonna swim.
honest, I think the both sides should be bigger, so let me adjust that. But don't worry about it. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna swim away from the boat. No point in staying by the boat. Yeah, I'm gonna swim 15 feet, going towards the surface, basically swimming at an angle, right?
Yeah.
And with that, I would spend one turn going towards the surface.
You're already on the surface. In the description, you specifically mentioned that you want to get to the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So,
that's why Karak is above the surface and Eled is away from the monsters, but
still underwater.
Still
yeah.
underwater at the
So
moment.
you said it's half movement speed in water regardless, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna move 15 feet this way.
All right.
Oh, was that 15 feet? Shit. I'm sorry. Let's see. Yep. Okay. And I'm going to use my turn, still above water. We use my turn to observe basically what's going on right now, see the nature of these beasts, and see where this blood is coming from.
All right.
Or would I have to pick one? Beasts or blood?
Can you post the ability they're using first?
Oh, I'm just looking with my eyes.
So you're observing where the blood is coming from? I say one or the other.
Okay.
Yep, nature
I
of
would
beast is a
say-
thing, and that is a thing.
So these are beasts, and my favorite enemy is a beast. Would I be able to have, let's see, advantage in investigate checks to track them and recall information about them?
Yep, that makes sense. I mean, sounds reasonable.
Okay, so I will. There you go. So
Advantage.
I will use my. You have advantage on intelligence, investigate, check tracks, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Yep, if you want to recall information about them, do so.
What would I roll?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. Oh wait, I have advantage, right?
Yep.
20.
Yes. Woo. You know the killer whales by default. They have sonic sensors. They detect people without using their actual sight. So likely it is not that they're tracking you by your vision. And
Gotcha.
you do know that their ability to swim is extraordinary among the aquatic creatures even, and likely it is impossible to outrun them under the water. And knowing from their previous histories or encounters, you do know that they're actually pretty easy picking target, although they are known to be quite a lot of effort to take them down actually. And you also heard that few of them, for fun, capsizes the ships and eats the passengers who were going along as
Lord.
well.
All right, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Actually, no, there should be one more thing. You rolled 20. It's pretty high. One more thing that you realize of them is that the... Oh my god, fine, I guess. Yes, the source of the blood. They seem to be bleeding out of their teeth for some reason. And at the moment, as you were looking around, their eyes and their behavior seems to be a little bit different from the regular ones. And they don't seem to be exactly normal orcas that you see around.
Oh my god, they have orca rabies. Oh lord.
Jesus. Just what we need.
Yep, just what you need. Ellen.
Just what we need.
Alright, so noticing these orcas swim into the area, Elred's gonna turn around, roll his eyes, just say, fuck. Thank. Dissonant whispers at number 1.
Is it purple spell?
Oh, you're underwater.
That's right, I forgot. Check here.
D&D, how to DM
Oh
101.
yeah, it is all
Screwing
purple.
over spellcasters. Put them underwater.
Okay.
Put them in
So
vacuum.
I'm gonna-
Yeah.
I'm
Put a
gonna get myself
silence
to the
field.
surface first.
Yeah.
if I'm able to get myself to the surface and then cast the spell.
That would be your movement, and your action would be the cast, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So would I be able to manage that, or am I too far?
You can. How much movement do you have? 25, right?
Yeah, 25.
So
So I can
it'd
go
be
12
10
feet.
Yeah, would be pretty hard. Yep. It's a 10 feet of movements with half. Because D&D is round down by default. Although the total distance to here is 35, so I'm willing to say that instead of taking like 4 turns to get there, I would say you can get there in 2 turns.
Oh, no, I just want to stay like where I am and just go straight up.
Oh, you want to go to the surface? Yep.
Yeah.
You can get to the surface in 1 round, as I mentioned, if you use a movement.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I want to get to the surface and stay where I am, but then cast Dissonant Whispers.
All right. Roll. Is it saving
It's,
throw?
yeah, it's a DC 13 saving throw.
It fails a saving throw at the moment. And what's the damage and the?
So 9 damage, and it's got to use its reaction to flee as far from me as it can.
God,
Nice.
magic is so good. Bards are
It's
so
amazing.
good.
Its reaction, it runs out of the map. I'm gonna runs out of the map. You don't see them anymore.
Holy shit.
I killed one. It's gone. It's basically dead.
But yes, Oz one orca was your whispering. What are you whispering actually?
Oh god, what would I whisper to Arca?
Shamu's a bitch.
Whale hunters, run!
Well, just run. As the orca recalls those big fishing boats with those how do you say harpoons
Harpoons.
attached to them, and they remember the nightmares of their friends being slaughtered, and it runs away from you as it hears the horrifying words out of you. And is there anything else you'd like to do using your bonus action?
Can I see Karak? Is he at the surface?
You can see on the surface. What?
Can I see Karak? Is he at the surface, or is he still underwater?
It's,
No,
I don't understand
I was
you.
on the surface.
Oh yes.
You're
He's
at
saying
the surface.
if you can see me.
All of you are on
Okay.
the surface. You see each other. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna throw a bardic inspiration at Karak and be like, "Hey, don't drown."
All right.
Okay.
Bardic inspiration. And next turn is Ignis. What do you like to do?
Am I currently at the surface?
You're
Yes.
currently at the surface.
Okay, so at that point, I'm gonna look around, figure out where the closest land is,
Mhm.
because I don't like the water and I want to be out of it. So, not there. So probably there.
Yep. You can get to the surface there. What's your movement speed?
6 squares. So
Yep. You should be able to
Where
dash
is
to
there, Mike?
the location, I believe. Yeah.
that would be outstanding.
All right. Move your tokens. I think you can be on the surface for the moment. But yeah. Can you get there? I think that's yeah, that's probably the maximum already that you can go. I believe it was exactly 30 feet on the corner. So, yeah. We cannot hear you at the moment. I believe you're saying something.
At your discretion.
Hmm?
I went here originally, but
You wanted to be there?
no, that's just where I could go.
Oh, interesting.
Because the 30 feet was at the very tip of the land.
Okay. If that would be still in the water, that is fine. Is there anything you'd like to do with the bonus action?
Roll perception, I guess. Just see what I can see.
I thought you were gonna rage or something, but ooh, that works too. Usually I do the perception as an action, but let's see what you find in the bonus action. You're barbarian, right? So he's actually pretty perfect.
Yeah.
He needs to see before he becomes blind with rage.
By the way, I'm just looking at your character sheet again. Did you level your character? Level 4?
In terms of features, yes.
Your
But for
hit point
for
is...
hit points, no. I didn't do hit points.
That is at the one-shot range of the Orca at the moment, so you may want to do stuffs.
Let me tell you what your.
But yes,
it's by
it was-
class, right?
It was 1 hit dice per level plus my Constitution modifier.
That's fine. But let's roll perception for you. And after this, let's take a washroom break a little quick before we take the Orca's turn.
Yeah, it's a 1d12. So
With
Or
7 at the moment in the sea, it's pretty hard for you to notice stuff. And 7. But yes, before I take the Orca's turn, let's take a washroom break a little bit. I've been drinking too much water at the moment. Let's do 5 minutes. Whoa! I'll come back.
all right, so Nathan, do you want to just do 7 being what you add your cons modifier to, or do you want to roll?
Would 7 be like I get 7?
7, yeah, 7 is guaranteed plus Constitution modifier, or you can roll d12. Basically, it's do you want to take 1 plus average, or do you want to roll for it, risk it for the biscuit?
I will not risk it for the biscuit this time around. Is that per level or total?
That's you can do that every level, basically.
Okay, so I have 3 levels. I'm pretty sure I risked it for the biscuit on my first level up, so I'll go ahead and do that.
So yeah, roll for it. 1d12. /R space, yeah. Nice!
Damn.
So you add, what's your Constitution modifier? 3?
Yeah.
So you
Constitution
add-
is a +3.
So you add 13 to your current health.
Okay.
And then
since
for
it
your-
worked so
you're gonna do it
well
again?
last time, yeah, we'll do it one more time and then do the 7 for the third.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You're 2 for 3 right now.
Ooh, are you
Biscuit
leveled
for
up?
the biscuit.
He's
Damn.
he was rolling for his cons or his
that's
HP.
If you roll 6, just take that as 7, because it's either take the lower one or just to the thing. So yeah.
Okay, so now I went from 16 to 45.
Sounds like barbarian. So yeah, there we go. Tank of the group, yeah. It is a little shame that you didn't do dash though. I mean the rage, but now you'll see why. Orca number 3 will try to bite you.
Womp. Okay, so
18 to hit. Does it hit?
okay, so with that, I do have what's called Danger Sense,
Mhm.
which advantage on dex saves against visible threats.
This is straight up attack, so it's not a saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Yes. What is your AC?
14.
14, it hits, and 5d6 plus 4 damage.
Holy shit.
Deals you 14 damage. But think of it this way, if you were raging, it would deal 7 damage. But yeah.
That's
You are
right.
so lucky that Noni rolled 3 goddamn 1s.
Yeah. But yes, and it
rolls real
swings
high on
around
damage.
fiercely. And it goes to Karak.
Alright.
Don't get eaten.
It
Is that another bardic inspiration?
No,
you
it's
should be able to use it for attack. What's your AC?
I will tell you as soon as I pull it up. It's 13?
13.
Yeah.
13 hits, unfortunately. deals you 17 points of damage as the orca bites you. And with his many teeth, he seems
Holy
ripping
shit,
apart
17.
your flesh. And the one that you have scared, does it run every turn, or it uses a reaction to run?
No,
Is there any other
it
effects?
just has to use its reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the reaction.
All right. It will come back, probably after realizing what the hell happened.
No, go away.
And will dash. We'll have to dash to get back here into your range, but that would be its turn to dash. And that was their turn. Karak.
All right, I will. As soon as I get back to roll 20. What did you say about movement? I would have to disengage anyways.
Hop movement, win the water.
So I will disengage as my action and move 50. Oh man, move 15.
Oh,
It's
my.
not looking good for us.
Yeah, move 15.
Yeah.
And do I have? Let's see. I'm tempted to like pour poison into the water next to me.
Yeah, do it. Actually, use their action though, right?
Yeah, I used my action to disengage.
But yeah, poison may work. If that is your turn, then next turn it would be Ellet.
Oh man. What do I want to do here?
You want to not get eaten.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. You want to not get eaten, yes.
I'm gonna try casting Tasha's Hideous Laughter on number 1.
Interesting.
I'm going to make a whale laugh.
What's the DC?
DC 13.
It fails a saving throw, and as it does so, it is at the end of each turn. It has to be making the saving throw. And wait, creature with intelligence score 4 isn't affected. Let's see the intelligence score. It has intelligence of 3.
Oh,
Damn,
shit,
I thought
you're right,
orcas were
okay.
smart as hell.
Okay,
3
never
is
mind.
pretty
So I didn't-
smart.
guess I'm
Yep.
not casting that.
Usually in the other situations I would say no, but since you guys are in a really tight pinch, I say yes.
When are we not in a tight pinch?
That's true. Let's change that to another Dissonant Whispers.
Alrighty.
It's such a good spell.
So, same DC.
Alright. It fails a saving throw again.
Yes.
And deals 11 psychic damages as it screams in pain, and same for the harpoon.
Yeah, same thing.
It nimbly runs away as it senses or remembers how it is dodging, how it needs to move to dodge the harpoons.
Are you able to get a opportunity attack off on it?
I don't think so. I already used that's my action anyway. So.
Okay.
It is using its movement to get away. So if you want to take an opportunity attack, that's fine.
Oh yeah, if you'll let me, then I absolutely will.
Yeah.
Quick, stab it in the blubber. Damn.
It is
23.
So 5 damage to Yorka. It has taken 25 damages so far. Although, knowing that usually most of the small creatures would have died by now, but since it being a huge aquatic creature, it doesn't seem to be too hindered by your offensive capabilities.
And I will move there since I can only move like 10 feet.
It's
and
so
then my turn.
tiny!
I know.
Oh my god.
Kick him out of the woods.
Okay, let me turn off the snap feature if I can, so that you can move a little bit more than 10 feet. Let's see. How to do that?
Man, I still won't make it next turn.
You can dash.
I could. That would probably be smart, but it'll probably be within range of me, so I'll have to disengage.
True, true.
You know what, Elliot? The next turn when you move, just add 5 more feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, I can do 15 feet.
That's the thing, yes. Ignis. Wiggling butt. The butt needs to be wiggled.
Nathan?
The butt needs to be wiggled.
Okay.
You're currently engaged.
Awesome. I will engage my rage, I guess.
Engage my rage.
As nerdy as that sounds. And so the orca is like straight in front of me, like bit me previous round. So I'll induce rage and swing on it. Why not?
Okay. Roll your attack.
Nice.
21 hits, roll your damage.
Remember, click the word Warhammer when you in the chat.
Right. Oh, okay, that's right.
Damn, nice.
11 bludgeoning damages as you're smashing the heads of the thing, and I don't think the rage damage is applied, so it will deal 13. Is it 13 or 14? Is it +2 or +3 at level 4?
I think it's +2.
Right. At the moment, it deals 13 damage at the orca as you're smashing down its slippery face. It doesn't seem to exactly feel too much pain from your attacks, but you think it's getting there.
It was 1d8 plus 3 bludgeoning.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That would be your action and bonus action. What do you
Oh,
like to
bonus
do with
damage
your...
plus 2 during rage.
Yep, it dealt 13 damage. What do you like to do with your movement? You can spend the half of the movements to climb up the things and on there. But at the moment, you're currently engaged with the orca, so that you will try to make an opportunity attack as you're leaving.
Can I attempt to mount the orca?
I would say yes, but that would require you to use your action as an animal handling check. Yeah.
Next time.
If you want to take back the attack and try that instead, I would say you're welcome to try it, though. Alright.
No, I'll just climb onto the land I'm next to.
Alright, opportunity attack, you sure, right?
It's gonna hit you.
Sure. Oh, yeah, that'd be disengaging, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it disengages in action unless you're.
Do I get like a 1 square shift? Is that a thing?
No, that's still a disengage.
You can move around the orca if you want to. Without opportunity attack.
Basically, because you climbing up would be you turning your back to the orca.
Right. Jeez. Yeah, I'll
The
just
orca would
like
stab you.
sidestep 1 square over.
Away from the land?
Well, parallel to the land.
So this way?
Yes.
By the way, the land that you actually need to get is that direction.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to survive this 19.1 feet. I need to make it, but
That'd be interesting, isn't it? One trick that I can tell you as a... Yeah, that is a thing too. One trick that I can tell you as a player from the other session is that if you use a dodge action, then move, then their opportunity attacks also have disadvantage, and their attacks also have disadvantage. So, if you have
dodge action.
dodge action gives all attacks against you disadvantage until beginning of your next turn. So that is a thing. There's such a thing. I was doing it with my 20 AC cleric, so that no one can hit me ever. But
So instead of disengaging, you take a dodge and then move.
in that case, 2 attacks against you have disadvantage. But dodge, disengage basically changes 2 attack to 1 attack, right? And dodge just gives disadvantage on both of the attack. Which one is better? That's your choice. But I'm just saying there's an option. But that is Ignis's turn. Just move your tokens to the direction that you want to move. And next turn will be Orcas.
So fucking.
So one is the Dissonant, which will use a 60 feet of movement speed.
You're slowly getting away from it.
Now you don't dash. Why not? It dashes. Dashes here. Oh.
Son of a bitch.
That's a dash. And Karak, it will use a regular movement and attempt to attack you. It misses. Probably misses. Unless your AC is 8, this misses. So, yes.
My AC is not 8, it is 13.
But yes,
His AC is 9.
There we go. 9 works too. But yes, it swims out of the surface and tries to bite you as it's coming across you. But you manage to get pushed away with the current as it's jumping at you. And
as a reaction, I flick it off.
Oh. Yes, the Orca doesn't think it's a very nice behavior, but he cannot express his rage. And the number 3 will try to attack our friend Barbarian. Attack against Ignis. Probably this hits. Yeah. Deals 7 damage. As a rage kind of protects your body, and Tease doesn't seem to be doing their job, as your body is protected by this mystical energy, and you are fine at the moment.
The mystical energy of just pure salt.
Yep. Very salty. It's like, oh. And with the salt, Karak, it's your turn. What do you like to do?
Oh yes, Karak, the Lord of the Salt. I will fucking disengage again. Because I've got nothing to hit it.
Every turn, disengage, run. Disengage, run. Oh my.
I will disengage and move. I keep doing that. Move my 15, which is like right there.
Alright.
Basically, next turn I will be able to hit land.
Indeed, you should be able to. If that is your turn, Karak, Ellen, what are you doing?
Okay. So, I want to try something a little weird here. I would like to cast Shatter and center it right here. That'll put both of them in range for damage. But since I'm casting it like at water, will that basically create an explosion? They'll send water flying everywhere. They'll create a vacuum that might suck the two of them towards that spot.
Oh.
Shatter. It's a wave of things. I would say that it won't. It's not like deleting the water, pushing away the water. I think it's using the water as a how do you say, medium. Probably. However, if you were to do it, I would on top of your regular attack. If it deals, does it deal regular damage? If it fails a saving throw?
Thunder.
Oh boy.
Can you repeat that?
Half damage if they pass.
I would say that if they fail the saving throw, I would say they're blinded, or they're using the sound to track where you are. So
okay.
If you use that, and if they fail the saving throw. So I'll roll for number 1. My dice have just dropped. I'm just gonna roll here. And is it Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, Constitution.
Okay. So this is for number 1. It fails a saving throw. This is for number 2. It also fails a saving throw. And both of them are currently blinded and they cannot see you. And for the rules for the blinded creature, they cannot take opportunity attacks against you. And next turn, at the beginning of your next turn, they will be unblinded, I would say.
Okay.
Alright.
So
and they take 10 thunder damage.
Yep. And then I'll go ahead and move right there.
This Ellen is like slowly moving towards the surface.
Slowly working my way around.
Ellet has,
Yeah.
I think, possibly the highest damage count right now.
Indeed.
Just you've been doing consistent damage.
Yep. Ignis. What do you like to do?
You're baby boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So. Target. So we will attack again with said Warhammer. That one. Womp.
12 hits.
Oh,
Does
Was
it
that-
really?
As I described to Karak, they're a very easy target. You swing on the air and they hit, and you swing on the water they hit. It's basically impossible to miss, seems like.
Fair enough. So with that, I will also attack recklessly and use that as a second attack.
11 damage and reckless attack for the second one. Yeah. 14 also hits. Roll your damage. 5 bludgeoning damage. That's a low roll. It doesn't seem to be... Huh.
you're still raged, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. That would be +2 bonus damage for each of those.
I just read something that is very interesting, but doesn't matter at the moment. Yes. That would be your actions and bonus actions. What do you like to do with your movement?
I don't really think I can do anything.
You can move away, take a hit, probably something like that. But if you want to end your turn, that's fine too. Yes. However, with your attacks, they seems to be majorly still standing and doesn't seem to be too hindered by your massive attacks. You know that most of the creatures would have been dead by now. And if that is your turn, next turn is Orcus. Alright. Number 1 is currently blinded and doesn't even know what it's doing, and it will wiggle around in random directions. And I will roll for the direction it will wiggle around. It moves up 60 feet. Yeah, not even 60. 30
And
feet.
smashes into the other orc and it kills.
In fact, it does push this orc away in the meantime as it's moving above in the blind state. And orca number 2 will also move around in random direction. Oh wait, that's the wrong die. 4. It slams into the water
Oh god.
with Kazik. I'll say that both of you will take damage as result. Although not much. I say that both of you will take 4 bludgeoning damages as it's pushing you towards the surface and it cracks you. And each of you takes 4 points of damage. That was their turn in their blinded state. And number 3 will make an attack against our only friend there. What's your AC again? Was your AC 13?
Mine?
For Ignis.
14.
It misses its attack. It's this big creature doesn't know what it's doing at the moment, and it fails its attack. Karak, what do you like to do?
Am I ashore now? Has it knocked me ashore or am I by the rock?
I say you're by the rock. You can use half of the movement speed to climb up.
Yeah, I will use my half move to climb up. There. And are 1 and 2 on the surface or underwater?
Surface at the moment.
They're on the surface. And 1 has taken more damage, correct?
1 has taken significantly more damage compared to 3 or 2.
Okay.
Well, not
I
significantly.
will,
1 and 3 take similar amount of damage.
yeah, I will mark. Or no, I won't. Yeah, I'll put my sniper's mark on 1, which gives me a. That's a bonus action. I have advantage to attack rolls, and I will fire a skit at 1.
All right. Roll your attack. 16 hits. Roll your damage.
9.
9 piercing damage as your bullet pierces through his thick hide, and it deals 9 damage.
All right, and that will. I will move slightly inland so it can't hit me. There you go.
Alrighty.
Yep, that's my turn.
Ellet.
Okay. I keep kicking my stubby little legs. And I will cast Shatter again. Center it right here so it hits them both.
Godspeed with these orcas. Number 1 fails a saving throw and is still blinded. However, number 2 makes a saving throw and is not blinded. Number 2 will take 4 piercing. 4 piercing. Wait. Can you roll the damage for the? Yeah.
Yep.
It's thunder.
17.
So that's 8 damage.
Yep.
For number 2. And number 1 will take full 17 points of damage. That is a lot of damage. It has taken 61 points of damage so far. It still seems to be alive at the moment. It's damage still pretty strong.
Oh, tough son of a bitch.
Indeed. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you'd like to do?
Pray that the number 2 doesn't notice. Which I know is impossible. I'm tiny though.
As you're separated from the number 1 and 2, and by the way, as I mentioned with the visions, it is almost impossible to see beyond 60 feet range. So Ignis, you as a character wouldn't be able to see your friends at all at the moment. And what do you like to do?
How long does a rage last?
10 rounds, so pretty much I have nothing to worry about.
Fair enough. So, yeah, just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
10 misses, unfortunately. It seems like you left yourself to be distracted by the fact that these are way too easy to hit, and the mind have trapped you, and 10 misses at the moment. It slides,
No,
your hammer
is-
just slides off the surface of the smooth skin.
Is reckless attack like a once per encounter thing, or is that can I do that like every turn?
Every turn, but the attacks against you will have advantage.
Right.
Yeah, I believe that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of banking on the primal path of gaining resistance to all damage except psychic for that.
The bear one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bear one is so good.
Yeah, I'll attack recklessly. Why not?
Alright. 24 hits, and it deals 12 bludgeoning damage. Currently he has taken 41 damage, although you feel like this thing is not even half done, and has a much more way to go. You can feel the vitality still there and surging within it. And is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yet again, pretty sure I can't do anything for a bonus aside from like disengaging, but
Alright.
so no, I'll just kind of sit here and take it.
Number 1 will move around in random direction. And number 2 is not blinded actually. Will go when the Doom of Earth has come once more, and it actually hits this time. Although you can probably send few hits at the moment, I believe. But it deals you
Remember, I've got
24
level 14
points of
AC.
damage.
Holy shit!
Woo!
I've got 9 health left. Holy shit.
Wow. Yeah, Karak, number 3 will attack Ignis up there with advantage. It hits, and it will deal half amount of this damage. Deal 9 damage to Ignis. If you dealt all the spread damage to one guy, that one guy would be actually dead by now. It's a little bit unfortunate, but Karak, what do you like to do?
All right, I'm trying to see what I have at my disposal. Applying a poison takes how long?
Usually as an action, I believe. Let's see. Actually, you know what? It's not a magical weapon. It's an interaction with an object, and interaction with the object, unless specified, should be able to be done as a free action in my campaign. So, feel free to use it as a free action.
All right, so
Unless you're like using the attack with the poison, like throwing it at him or something. But if you're using it on the weapon, right?
Yeah, I basically coat my next bullet with a poison.
And which poison is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm now. Poison to use.
You know what would be funny? It would say, "Oh, it's heavily raining down here," and your poison just washes away. That'd be sad. But
yeah. Let's see.
Draw poison.
One is contact. One is injury. I will put the draw poison on it. Yeah.
All right. Maybe Darkhair will save you after all.
Honestly, after I kicked his ass, I will shoot at 2, and I will put my. As a bonus action, I'll put my sniper's mark on this number 2 orca.
You sure that number 2 was the one that takes less damage?
Well, yeah, I can do multiple sniper marks.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
You make your attack rolls against number 2.
Yes.
Yes. That hits. Roll your damage, and I'll roll the Constitution saving throw, and it makes the saving throw for poison.
It definitely does make the saving. Let's see what happens on. Must succeed. Yeah. Be poisoned. If it fails by 5 or more, yeah, it didn't fail. So, damn. 8 damage.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Remains potent until delivered through a wound or washed off. Okay, so this is a specific wording for the injury type of rolls. So technically, it washed up right away. You see where this is going, but you applied it to the bullet, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so that bullet is spent, and that is that. But if you put it on the sword, until it have an effect, I'd assume that it still stays, I guess.
Yeah, this was like, if it failed, my bullet hit. This was like, if everything went right, the bullet would pierce it, and it would get poisoned from the wound.
Yeah. But yeah, is there anything else?
But it did not, so... yeah, I say to Elrit, "Oh god, please live," and then I start reloading.
Fair warning, my internet might go out again, so
no.
Just saying.
Okay.
Alright. Risky maneuver here. So this thing bit me for an attack, correct?
Yes.
I'm a halfling, I'm very tiny. Could I have slipped into its mouth when it did this?
Would you like to be slipped into his mouth?
Well, here, let me tell you where my thought process is going, and I'll tell you if that's a good idea or not. I want to get.
If you want to be grappled by it, I say that you can be in its mouth.
Well, I was gonna say, I'll see if I can get inside of it and cast Shatter directly inside of it, in an attempt to just blow up its heart. Or would that be impossible?
It is possible. As I said, I do a lot of custom stuff, but that is very cool. Okay. That is nice. However, the nice day comes with dangers coming along with it. And I would say that if you succeeds, actually, whether you succeed or not, you will be restrained in its mouth.
Okay.
However, I would say that I will pose a disadvantage on the saving throws, and the damage will be doubled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think double damage would be enough to kill it either way.
Double damage,
Oh.
disadvantage on saving throw, and you will be restrained. But it's cool, so whoa! Double damage,
Yeah, I know.
it's crit.
No, I'm gonna take the safe route. I'm gonna catch
Oh, come on! What are you doing, Elliot? What are you doing? Well, yeah, sure.
You know
Not
what,
killing himself.
if I had more than 9 health, I would be trying that, but
Uh,
that bite took a lot out of me, literally. So yeah, dissonant whispers. See if I can get it to run away.
oh, okay. Alright, the wisdom save. Surprisingly, this +1 wisdom is interesting. It fails the
Yes.
saving throw and runs away from you in 60 feet. The farthest point that it can move is straight up, I believe, and I'll move 60 feet straight up.
Okay.
There you go.
It still doesn't get rid of the land.
Remember, every 2 turns, you should be able to move additional 5 feet.
Oh, really? Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can get to the corner then.
Woo. Next turn,
Oh,
you can
show
use
me
the hop
around.
of movement. Or I say the Karak should be able to help you to get up. But yes, that is that. And while the drama is happening on the other sides, the lonely man, Ignis, doing the battle to death with this orca. What are you doing? What do you like to do?
I'm gonna try not to die, but I'm gonna see how this goes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna pull a Kazi and disengage in hopes to make it to land.
Alright, place yourself in the land. With your movement speed, you should be able to place yourself anywhere in the land. By the way, if you press shift and move around token, I believe you can place yourself in the place not in grid. So you
Is
should be
it
able to
shift or
put
alt?
alt, was it?
Yeah, I use alt.
Yeah, I guess it's alt. Yep, you should be able to place like in the middle of the grid or whatnot for fine placing.
So yeah, if you hold
Yeah,
alt,
it's all okay.
All right. If that is your turn, the orca, you can tell that it seems to be happy that you're running away in cowardness, and in number 3 will submerge into water. And number 2 still sees this halfling.
He wants to finish me off.
You kind of move towards it. I believe 60 feet back, it will make it with you and still have an action.
Yep.
So we'll make an attack roll against you. I'll just do roll here.
No. Elred is down.
oh
Elred is
jeez.
very down.
You're on the water, and then you can. Karak sees that the friend gets chopped away as Al loses his consciousness, and you're currently down. And number 1, oh my, actually, is unblinded by now. It'll actually smell your blood too. By the nature, it will come and attack your corpse and give you 1 point towards death.
Okay.
I hope you make it alive, but yes.
Hey, I've got a backup character idea just in case.
Yes, Karak.
Oh god, I see. Where is Elred's body currently? Floating?
No, he is by the rock.
I will rush the fuck over and use my action to drag him out and onto the
Roby.
island.
Yep, I say that you should be able to drag him on the land.
So I drag him in onto the island, and
You should have movements to place you two in anywhere within the rock, I believe, at least.
so basically in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I started out over here.
Yep, you should have enough movements. If you want to, you can be like that.
Yeah. What action would it be to try to stabilize him?
That would be an action with
Okay.
a medicine check.
Okay, so my action was to pull him out, so that's my turn.
All right.
Or as a bonus action, I would be able to fire, right?
Attack?
Yeah, I have a bonus action fire. Should I just save the ammo?
Usually, most of it has like a condition. If you
Yeah, I
take
think
attack
it's
action,
in my-
bonus action.
yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so yeah, never mind then. Yeah,
Alex.
I would have to have attacked that turn.
Alright. No!
Oh no!
You have 2 points towards death at the moment.
You know, the sad thing is I wish that was a 1 because I could re-roll ones.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh god!
That is that. Ignis, in the middle of the island, you do not see your friends and allies anywhere. And in the middle of a storming rain powering down and the thunderstorms above you, what do you like to do?
How much health does a ration give you?
It doesn't have any immediate regenerative capability, but if you take a long rest with it, then you should be able to get up to full health.
Are we about to just chill out on islands for a long rest? What would a short rest gain?
1 hour, you can use any number of hit dice to gain that much health, and each dice you spend plus the constitution. So you remember the thing that you rolled when you were gaining health per level?
So it'd be
You
a
rolled that
1d12.
to regen. But the hit dice that are spent that way are spent and are regained half of it at the long rest. But yeah, Ignis.
Okay.
What do you like to do in your round?
Yeah, if I could use one of those hit dice, that'd be great.
At the moment, so you're trying to take a short rest.
Correct.
That would be an hour process. I would say that you'd be out of the combat for the moment, right?
To be fair, I'm not going to be much use unless anything like tries to breach the land.
There are waves of water coming in and whatnot, but yeah, currently you do not see anything underwater.
Yeah, I'll just kind of chill out for a short rest.
By the way, I love creativity in my campaign, so be creative. Oh, try to think of what your character would do and how your character would break out of this situation. Oh, but that is your turn, and Orcus, as you both are now outside, out of the water, they submerge into the ocean. And I say this effectively, you guys are out of the combat. Karak, roll medicine checks to stabilize. DC is 15 to stabilize your friend.
Oh lord! And I still have the.
You still have the Bardic Inspiration.
I still have the Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
Do I roll real dice or do I roll 20?
Although
Your
roll
real
20
dice have not been
roll
kind to
20
you
has been
today.
kind today, but
I know. I'm gonna roll. So okay, I'm gonna click medicine. Oh god. Oh man.
do it. Do it,
Roll
you son of a
medicine.
bitch. Yes!
You manage to stabilize Ellet, and Ellet, without any assistance for the healing, you know that you will be waking up in 2 hours, although the character may not know how long it takes for Ellet to wake up. But yeah,
Oh my God.
feel free to give ideas to other players who are awake to what to do about this situation. You know that the cost is below you. I would say that if you swim another 120 feet after this map, so below from this map, you should be able to reach the shore, and from there you should be able to be in a good spot at least. What do you guys like to do? You guys are out of the combat for the moment.
I said look for signs of Avilia, and the boat guy.
I would say that for the moment, they seem to be surviving in the other places. Although, yeah, at the moment you don't see them. But
So
this is the time to worry about others. Oh,
yeah, it's Storm. What's the storm looking like right now?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad. I say.
And I say that the water bottom is about like 15 meters, so in feet, 45 feet down, and both of the sunk to the very bottom by the moment.
I do not feel comfortable attempting to swim to land. Do you want to wait? And I'm talking to Elrit right now, or we're still waiting for Elrit to.
Yeah, I'm still unconscious for a while.
All
Yeah,
right. So
I'm gonna. Shit. So, let's see. How far from last I saw Ignis? 100 feet. I will. I have basically like my tarp that I carry with me that I cover my my chest in. I'm gonna attempt to light a torch, and it's like pouring rain, right?
it is pouring rain. It's pretty cold down here. If you're spending an extremely long time here, you will actually die of the low temperature.
Yeah, hypothermia. I'm gonna attempt to. I have a staff. Is there any sort of nook or cranny in the rock that I could put the staff into?
Nook?
Like a divot in the rock, or any sort of hole in the rock in the island.
I would
Or is
say
it,
that
like,
you
smooth?
should easily be found. This is a natural rock. You should be able to find some.
Okay, so I stick my staff into the rock, and I put the tarp over the staff so it drapes down.
All right.
And so I get Elrit underneath the tarp. So the tarp's basically, it's not being held up by anything except for the staff, but it's over us, and we're not having to hold it up. You know what I mean? It's basically like a collapsed umbrella.
Although there's a heavy winds around you, and it is probably this is not the regular just a quiet rain. This is a storm.
Yeah, it's a storm.
It
Let me
will
see
be.
if I have any pythons. I don't have any pythons because I thought they were useless.
But yes, it's so while the Karag is doing it, you're taking a short rest up there, Ignis. And is there anything that you would like to do?
Is there anything on my island other than just rock?
Unfortunately, this is a regular island. However, your question piques my interest, and why don't you roll 1d20? That'll be your luck. Unfortunately, there is absolutely nothing in your island. It doesn't seem to be. It's a very tiny one. Most of the rock seems to be washed up. Not even a pebble can be picked up. Yes.
Okay, so I will use my produce flame cantrip and just kind of hold the flame close to my chest to try to stay warm.
It'll be not quite enough to keep you warm fully. However, next time when I'm asking you to make a Constitution saving throw for being in a low temperature, I would say that you can roll with advantage, as there is some heat source that you should be using. Yeah. Alright, Karak and you guys are... is there any other attempts that you guys are trying at the moment? Let me get the Dungeon
So
Master
what do I see? Yeah, what do I see on this island?
I guess only fair, 1d20. Let's see your luck.
Oh, come on.
I should have rolled in real life. I knew it. I should have rolled in real life.
Oh my god, you guys. Wow.
Bullshit.
Well, I already mentioned that there are some pebbles around and some rocks, but yeah, those are about it, and there's nearly nothing in this area. That's a rock.
I will... Oh, there's rocks and pebbles. Okay. I'm basically going to make a lean-to, which is basically... I'm going to take 2 corners of the tarp, put a rock on each corner, and lean it up with the staff. That way it creates kind of like this shape right here.
Okay, but like as I mentioned, blocking the above you is quite sad when the wind is coming like this.
From all that, yeah, it's impossible.
You see the yeah.
Yeah. Shoot, Albert, are you awake now? Is he
In
awake?
2 hours,
been
he
2
will be
hours?
awake. It has not been 2 hours. But I'm just saying that how would you like to spend that 1 or 2 hours? So first
I'm
hour,
gonna cover Elrit with the tarp. Make sure that he's not getting the wind and water blown on him too bad. I'm fine because I'm covered up. So yeah, I'll cover Elrit with the tarp, like literally like halfling burrito. Elrit.
All right. I'll give next time when I'm asking you to make the thing, same thing. I'll give you an advantage on the Constitution saving throw. After an hour of staying in this forsaken islands, it's not even an island. The tiny rocks
It's a rock.
out on the
yeah.
surface after the ship have capsized. You're questioning your life choices, and all three of you make a Constitution saving throw. Those I mentioned, roll with advantage. Oh, by the way, does any of you have a resistance or immunity to cold damage?
Nope.
Alright.
Ooh, 7, boy.
Boy.
Awesome.
7 and 9 are not quite enough to fend off in this frigid place. And with that, 2 of you who have failed the saving throw gains 1 point of exhaustion after an hour of rest. By the way, you are short rested. So if you would like to, you can spend hit dice to regain any hit points that you have lost. And it
Okay,
had
I
been
will.
1 more hour left for Ella to wake up. This is a reason why you need to buy some potions. It's sometimes nice to have it.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. We needed potions.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right. Let's see. Let's see what my hit dice are. My hit dice are 1d8.
Yeah, so I see that you have rolled 1d12 for the hit dice, Ignis, and so basically it's that plus your Constitution modifier, and you can do it at any number of times, up to your level. So, yep, so you have 3 more hit dice left at the moment, so if you want to, you can keep rolling until you reach your full health.
And how do you gain hit dice back?
By taking a long rest, you gain half of the total hit dice back. So
Gotcha.
you should gain 2 hit dice back per long rest.
Okay.
Alright.
So I will use 2 hit die. And I gain
Yep, those plus Constitution modifier.
8 plus 7. Yep.
An
Now,
hour
where
have
do we
passed.
mark? Sorry, where do we mark our levels of exhaustion?
I put it under a class resource and I said the total exhaustion and I just put there.
That would be fine for the moment. If you're just personally keeping track of it, that's fine too. Just put in like bio or something. That's also fine. I don't think they have a place for it in Roll20. I don't know why they don't. They should totally.
It depends on the character sheet you use. Some of them do and some of them don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and everyone is aware of the effect of the exhaustion.
Yeah, you might
First level-
have to repost it. Yeah.
Those who are not aware of the exhaustion should be able to read the very last one in there.
Yep. Level 1, disadvantage on ability checks. Speed is halved at level 2. 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Level 4 is hit point maximum is halved.
So
Level 5, speed reduced to 0. Level 6, dead.
you know that if you reach like 2nd level of exhaustion, it'll be really hard for you guys to reach the shore, probably.
Alright. Is Elrit awake?
He needs another
It's
hour to wake up at the moment. Yeah. What do you guys like to do?
Okay, I realized that, and the storm hasn't shown any sign of letting up, right?
Also, as I mentioned to you guys, weather system in the thing. Legion wise, it is different, but usually weather lasts for a week.
Oh boy,
So
alright.
It just started happening yesterday, so you know that there is generally not around 9 more days average to go on.
I'm gonna strap Elrit to my back with rope while he's tarped up, and I'm gonna attempt to swim. And you said how far is it past? 120 past?
120 past down there, yes.
Okay.
If you were to go
Yep.
down there, then I would extend this map below so that we would have a... Yes.
I gotta start swimming. 200 plus feet, which, it's not terrible, but
If you were to be carrying Ellen, your movement speed will be halved, again, on top of the regular half.
yep, I will do it. Otherwise, I will literally exhaust and die on this island.
Alright, heroic actions. Heroic actions are being
Boy.
made. Oh boy. Every turn that you're in the water, I'm going to roll perception checks against your passive stealth to see if the orcas will track you or not. Yeah?
Oh boy.
Anyhow,
All right.
while that is happening, let's handle that next turn. Ignis! Wow, what plans do you have to survive on this island?
I'm growing more and more insane by the second, so I'm just gonna start swimming, I guess. I'm pretty sure I have no idea which way shore is, so that'll be interesting.
Oh my. That is true. You would have no idea where the shore is.
Are the waves going in any sort of particular pattern?
Would he have possibly heard us fighting? 'Cause, I mean, I was casting Shatter and Karnak was shooting his gun. So he could know that we're over in that direction, maybe.
That is
But
very
through
true.
a storm.
Yes. No,
Not
but
over a
Thunder
storm,
spell.
no.
No, Thunderstorm. He casts Thunder, which is the attack using sound wave. So that is very loud, and you should be able to definitely hear that. You heard the sounds of the thunder coming from this direction, the one that it pings. And I say that you also know that when you're departing with Karak, you probably have seen him dripping into that direction.
So, despite players' better judgment, I'm gonna start swimming that way.
All right, both of you put yourselves into the water, and I say that the stealth starts from the moment that you're off the rock, and from there, so get yourself fully in the water, and then move the amount that you move in the water.
So if I dash, would it still be half speed?
If you dash, then it doubles the half speed, so basically regular speed.
Okay.
I will dash, but I'm half because of Elrit, so I'm just at half, right?
Yep.
So I move 15, which is here.
All right, move yourself, and the Ellet follow the Karak, I would say.
Yep.
All right. Actually, it's kind of boring for me to roll instead of you guys rolling. So I'll use the passive perception of Orca, and why don't you guys roll?
What are we rolling?
Stealth. So I will not let. I'm not gonna roll for Ellet. Just two of you guys who are currently moving. Roll stealth, and do remember you guys have disadvantage on stealth checks due to the exhaustion. If you do have exhaustion, that is. Alright. Ignis, you are currently not noticed and is currently unseen by the orcas. At the moment, however, Kazi, you are seen.
Oh boy, of course.
And yeah, it's not gonna get to your location on the first round though. Next round, move.
Shit, do we go back to the island?
I don't know, man. I'm unconscious. That's up to you.
Yeah, sure. Flavor-wise, I would say that you see like the something moving in the far away underwater.
I'm gonna attempt to start moving towards that small island.
Move over here.
Do you know
Yeah.
what's the tragic thing about this island? Oh,
It doesn't exist?
No, it's kind of small. That's the problem. But yeah,
This is just like a big spike.
but yes, yeah, move 15 feet.
Alright, yep.
And at the moment, right now, if you were to come this close, then you two, Ignis and Karak, you guys should be able to see each other.
All right, I yell out. I basically yell out, "Elrit's unconscious.
Who's
He's
that?
on my back."
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Halfling, we need to hit shore.
I honestly probably didn't realize you had a halfling.
I was gonna say I'm short enough. You
Um,
probably just didn't notice me wandering around.
So,
Yeah,
that was
he
my
sees
second-
me, right? Yeah,
I don't
20,
know.
20 feet away. You see me, right?
Yeah, I would
Yeah, I'm
see
gonna
you. I failed
start
my second
pointing.
stealth check, so I mean,
will
I'm
also do
pretty
my stealth
obviously noticed.
Oh,
And
boy, as
yes,
am I.
all of you are currently noticed.
Kazi, have you made your second move?
I've made my second move. Yes, I'm halved.
Roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Click on your token.
Oh.
Oh, why am I rolling D11?
Remember to click on your token.
Orca, Dex is 0. So just straight up. It goes at 7.
I can make.
The first session. First session combat is of whales and orcas. Can't even fight properly. Oh my gosh. But yes, 11 Karak and...
I don't know which one you wanted to take.
It's fine. Elliot, I feel bad for you for not doing anything, so...
I shouldn't even bother to roll.
No, I'll say that, what fun things should you be able to do? I'm thinking you can do the Bard Inspiration every turn at your initiative, if you want to. Roll initiative. Although you're down, your presence of death should give your friends some benefit. Alright.
I'm trying hard to save this guy. I'm trying super hard to save this guy one time that has saved my ass so many times.
So many times. You guys are down to people, like, illicit people, so it makes sense for you guys to gain some bonuses. So, Karak, as you're carrying Elliot down, what do you like to do?
I will hoof it to the island.
Alright, you can spend the half of your movement speed next turn to go up, I believe. But you cannot get up there because you don't have half of your movement speed left by the time you get there.
Gotcha.
Yes, next turn you should be able to use your full movement to get up. And that is Karak. You still have... That's dashing, right?
Yeah, that's dashing.
Alright, Ignis.
So, I'm going to assume that I can see where he is, and that
Yep.
We're only
both of
about
us are
20,
going
30
to-
feet away.
Yeah, it's both of us are not going to fit on that island, so I'm going to go this way.
Clever strategy! Good job. Yes. You cannot get up there as you're spending movement speed to get there, but next turn you should be able to use half of movement speed to climb up. Alright, that is that.
Sounds good.
And Elliot, who would you like to Bardic Inspiration? I say it lasts until next turn of yours.
I'll give it to Karak this time.
Alright.
He might need it.
Next turn is Orcus. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. This is dashing. Number 3 have dashed to get to the location. It will not be able to attack. However, number 1 and 2 will make an attack roll against Karak and as well as Ignis. Although number 1 is attacking Karak. Your body is kinda being covered by Ellet, as you are having on the back, right? As far as I know.
Meat shield.
So I say that you are gaining a benefit as a half cover.
Halfling cover.
And if they miss the attack against you as a result of half cover, then Ellen will get hit.
Oh god. All right.
Now, do,
It's a
I,
lose-lose situation for me.
do I still have my 2 death failures? Or
I say reset this
Okay.
count. Yeah. My goal is not
shield strap you back.
killing. I love Ellen. The goal of my DM is not to kill a character off. But yes,
So
this
we
is the
waited
attack
for a
number
full
1.
hour. Sorry, we waited for a full hour before moving. How much more time does Elliot have before he's conscious?
An hour.
An hour, yes. And I say that even though he takes damage now, the hour stays the same. I don't want to make him like wait for 5 hours or something like that. 24 to hit probably hits Karak.
It definitely does.
Yes. Actually, aren't you that oh, you gain life? That's right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Thankfully.
This is you 21 points of damage.
Oh, I have 4 health.
Oh, no. Hopefully on the rock, you should be fine. So number 2 will make an attack against 21 to hit, probably hits. Will deal you. You're not raging, right?
No, that wore out.
It will deal you 23 points of damage. Man, these things are brutal.
Yeah.
They're angry.
The thing is, like, one of them is half dead, one of them is 1/3 dead, one of them is almost dead. So it's like, it's pretty tragic to see it like this. But yes, it is their turn now. Your turn now, Karak. You have Bardic Inspiration. You want to do any?
Yeah. I will climb up on the rock with baby boy Elrit on my back.
Yes, you're now up on the rock. They shouldn't be.
And that is my action, right?
That is your movement. It's not an action.
Okay, that's my movement.
Yes.
I will. So I have this.
Wait.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you are in the melee range with the thing when you're disengaging.
Oh shit! You're right.
Yeah, you can,
Okay.
disengage first.
Disengage is my action. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I wanted to do was, I'm tempted to use this oil of Taggart and put it in the water. It's an oil, and it's by contact. So if it, nah, I don't know. If I do it,
probably float on the surface, as the oil suggests, probably.
and if they try to attack me, they have to reach the surface. It's by contact.
I say that is reasonable. Although you do not know that this one. Actually, this one is already at the surface. Really, you can just throw at it.
Is that not an action though?
That is an action. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, yeah, see.
But
So-
yeah, if you want to cover a certain portion of the water with your oil, I say that is allowed.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour basically the oil in front of the water, in front of the basically island in front of us. That way, if they touch it, they would have to do the DC saving throw. That way, they can't bite us off the island, or they can, but
I'll say that oil will be spreading a little bit, and I'll say that it will spread 9 squares around on the surface then.
Okay.
But it will spread, and as I mentioned, it's not attacked at the moment, so you shouldn't be able to do it directly above it. But I say that as a object interaction, you should be able to do. Anyhow,
yeah, it's an oil, so it will float on.
That is that Ignis. What would you like to do? You're currently on the sides of the islands and was attacked and surrounded by 2 orcas right beside you.
Yep, so I get what, half movement onto the island?
Yes, you can spend half of your movements to climb up to the island.
Okay, so I'll do that, so I'm on shore. Are they still within reach?
Reach of sight? They
Reach
are.
of my hammer.
The thing is, is your weapon reach weapon? 10 feet range? If not, I have to say no at the moment. Because if you can melee attack them, then they can melee attack you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll just throw a javelin at it.
Yeah. And by the way, do you disengage when you're coming up the island?
Seeing as how he engaged me, I would assume so, since my back was turned anyway. I would
That'd
be
be
just
an
moving
action.
away from him.
Yeah, you would take 2 attacks if you don't disengage.
Dang it. I don't know. Because it's either I get onto the island or I'm in the water with 2 raging orcas and I'm like almost dead. So
I would say good on the island, but that's just me.
As I mentioned previously, creativity is a thing. If you want to ride the orcas and do something with it, maybe they will do something for you if you roll well.
sure. So having taken back my previous movement onto the island, I'm back where I was and will attempt to mount Orca 3.
Orca 3, roll. This is an action trying to mount the hostile creature, and you understand the dangers of it, right?
I live for the dangers.
Alright! Heroes it is! Roll animal handling! See how you're riding this giant orca. 17, and I'll make competitions. It will be using strengths to try to fling you off of the balance. And I'm just gonna roll here. 1d20 plus the killer whale strength is +4 at the moment. It is a tie at the moment. Let's reroll. Alright, animal handling once again. It seems to be giving you quite a bit of struggle as you're trying to ride it with holding its fin below you. And you are now mounting Orca number 3.
Oh my god.
Let me put it on the back and make you ride it. As long as you're riding this thing, number 3 cannot reach you and attack you, and number 2, unless it goes underwater and number 2 bites on top of you, as long as both of them are on the surface, then they cannot attack you at the moment. And you're currently riding it and probably holding its fin. How are you handling this on top of the orca? Can you describe yourself? Muted! It's muted! No!
Okay, so I will most likely be... Jeez. Straddling the face, holding on to the dorsal fin, attempting to brace myself using his pectoral fins as foot pegs.
Alright, you're holding into like this, and it seems to be trying to shake you off at the moment, as it is untamed wild creature. But at the moment, you're holding it strong and still. I say that using your action, you should be able to steer it away from you. Although at the end of every turn, it can use its action to shake you away and to make the competition happen again. Alright. That is Ignis on top of the orca. Ellet! Pick a person to Bardic Inspiration.
I feel like Ignis is gonna need it, so I think he's gonna take this time.
Alright, Ignis, you have a Bardic Inspirations, and if you were to roll something, you can add 1d6 into your roll, right? 1d6?
Yep, D6.
Alrighty. That is
Appreciate
that
it.
an orca, number 3, will move in the random directions. 1 being up, 2 being to the east. And it moves 60 feet, maybe not even 60. It moves 10 feet to this direction, probably turning away and making a pointing in that direction, and it will make and use an action to make you roll the checks. It will try to shake you off as you're riding on top of it, and remember you have Bardic Inspiration.
So would that be a strength check or
Animal handling again.
Animal handling again. Okay.
Actually, if you would like to use strength instead, since you're on top of it now, you can use strength if you want to. Probably it's better for you as you're a barbarian.
So would that count as a saving throw then?
It'll be a check, actually. Do you have exhaustion right now?
I have level 1.
Skill checks are technically with disadvantage.
Wait, do you have exhaustion because you use your fire? Oh yeah, never mind. You still fit. Never mind.
He rolled critical fail and really low. It was like, why roll? Why? But yes, you should still have a Bardic Inspiration on top of whatever you roll with the strength. If you
Sure.
want to, do you have proficiency on athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics I do.
If you want to roll athletics instead, you can roll it as well. Roll athletics then, and with disadvantage, however.
And
7
Bardic
is
Inspiration.
good.
Yeah, Bardic Inspiration ain't gonna save you either way.
Oh, I had disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the
Oh,
exhaustion.
dang it.
Oh no. Why don't we
I
roll Bardic
tried.
Inspiration anyway? Let's see what you get.
What was it? A D6?
1d6. If you roll really high, I won't make the failure too bad. That is pretty high. That is pretty good. Oh,
That's the first time someone's rolled high with my Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah. Also, I think I'm doing the turn orders wrong. It was supposed to go 1, then 2, then 3. So 3 will be taking the last turn. But 3 will successfully dismount you and will throw you up into the range. However, still in there. And that would be number 3, but that would actually happen chronologically at the last. So number 2 or number 1 should not be able to do anything as you're still there. Number 2 submerges into the water as it doesn't sense anyone on the surface again. And number 1 also submerges into the water as it doesn't sense anyone out of the range. That would be their turn. And Karak, you see that your genocide friend was riding the orca like a hero? Madman? You cannot quite sure, but the result seems to be working out as he had managed to get himself out of the tough situations against 2 orcas. What do you want to do?
That crazy bastard. So 3 is still up, right?
Yes, 3 is still up on the surface.
I will use my last mark on 3,
Alright.
and I will fire at 3.
Roll your attack. That hits. Deals 10 piercing damage. It is bleeding quite heavily, although big creature.
Yep. And I will, as a bonus action, I look towards Elrit. How's he doing?
Oh, it is doing fine. He seems to be sleeping like a baby.
He's snoring pretty loud.
All right, good. Still wrapped in, still like not falling off the rock.
Yeah.
Swaddled like a newborn baby.
Excellent. All right, that'll be my turn.
Alright, Ignis.
So, can I attack while I'm in the water?
You can attack while in the water. You're not under the water. If you're under the water, things will get a little bit more fishy. Melee attacks actually get disadvantage.
Fishy.
Ah! Yes. Oh, yeah.
Um,
You're on the surface, currently swimming, I believe, and currently there's a giant orca in your face.
Lovely. Now, is the orca, like, on the surface of the water as well, or is it submerged, or...
On the surface of the water. Although number 1 and 2 is submerged, 3 is on the surface.
Okay. So, yeah, why not?
You're gonna attack it?
Reach.
I failed.
Oh my god.
I crit failed.
Yes.
Oh, it's not even awake right now.
I know. I took bountiful luck to get around stuff like this, and I'm unconscious.
You know what? You can do it if you want to. Because it sucks to be just sitting there and then watching things. If you want to use bountiful luck to give him reroll, that's fine.
All right, yeah, you get the re-roll then.
Woo!
Yes.
Nice.
Hey, there we go.
Although personally, I don't know about the choice of attacking it, but it hits. Roll your damage. Deals 7 damage at number 3, and it has taken currently 58 damages total. However, it still has some energies left to inside to go on. Is there anything else you'd like to do as a bonus action?
I don't think so.
Alrighty. Elliot, Bardic Inspiration!
Ooh, that is a bonus action, isn't it? Dang it.
Yeah, that's why I ask every turn.
Well, it's not my turn anymore, so...
Oh, you can do it if you want to.
Yeah, that would be great if I could rage.
Alright, rage the number 2. All your damage will be halved, and strength checks, I believe, have advantage. So if you were to do the athletic checks again against orcas, it will cancel out your disadvantage from the exhaustion. Alright, Elliot, give your lovely dice.
I'll keep my Bardic Inspiration on Ignis.
Alright.
He's gonna need it.
Yes, he does need it, in fact. Number 2 orcas senses the presence of you as you reaches the water once again. And both of them submerges from the below. And rebuilds itself. With the dash action, it will get into your melee range. Although they would have to dash to get there. However, number 3 was still in your melee range and will try to make an attack against you. 13 to hit, does it hit?
No, it does not.
Is your AC 13?
My AC is 14.
Alright, it misses and it does not do damage. Well, it seems like you didn't need the luck after all. But Karak, as you see 3 orca surfaces around your Genesee friend, what do you like to do?
God, I will.
Kill them.
Oh God, oh boy. How's one looking? Bad, right?
One looks the worst. It is pretty hurt compared to the other 2. Although number 3 is almost as hurt as number 1.
Gotcha. I don't even think I don't have what you call it. Oh, level 5 is extra attack. Wah wah.
Yeah, level 5.
All right, I will shoot one.
All right, make your attack. Yeah, 25 feet should be able to be fine. No problem. 14 hits. Roll your damage. They're very easy to hit, regardless.
Oh boy.
Although the bullet doesn't seem to be very effective at all, and you
I will use my bonus action and do Bounty Hunter's Flourish, which will let me do a 1d6 plus dex with my hand crossbow that I have not fired yet.
Alrighty. Make your attack. 8 offhand side, so it hits automatically, or do you need to make another?
Yes. Yes,
Really
it hits automatically. As long as the first one hits.
Alright. It has taken 73 damages so far. It is badly hurt at the moment. And is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that would be it.
By the way, you know the Mercury bullet you have, right?
Yeah.
If you hit it and gives an exhaustion to the target, if he were to write them again, then that would gain disadvantage on chance.
I'm terrified of creating giant mercury wolves.
But yeah,
Yes.
I'm just
the
giving you
mercury
the options of what you could
Yeah.
do with the other things that you have. And on your turn, as I previously mentioned, the oil will spread.
Yep.
will spread into 9 tiles, as I previously mentioned, and you can see that there is oils left on the ground in that direction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ignis.
Well, my brother thinks that I should try to reason with the orcas.
Why don't you? You can try it. Animal handlers, and maybe you can reason with them. Although if you actually have animal speech, beast speech, that's a very viable option. But yes.
I don't actually. I don't get that until like level 7.
Well, why
Remember,
don't you...
these creatures have like a 3 intelligence, so
Yeah. No, maybe you can't judge the people by their race, right? Maybe some rabbits are smarter than
Kazi
humans.
is a very racist player, remember?
there you go.
Yeah, Kazi, why are you judging orcas for what they born with?
The only good orca is a dead orca. Never relax around orcas. That's something.
Oh my god. Well, yes. What do you like to do? You can try talking to them if you want to. We cannot hear you. Seems like you're muted at the moment.
So, yeah, I said I was going to do that a lot. Go big or go home. I'm going to try to mount number 3 again.
Alright, it will be a competition. You have an advantage on the checks and disadvantage, so it's cancelled out. So regular roll versus, so athletic versus his strength. You have Bardic Inspiration, thankfully, so...
I already used it.
No,
Yeah, I gave you another one.
he
Oh,
giving
you did?
yeah, he's giving you one every turn because I'm letting him, because he have nothing else to do otherwise.
Well, that's handy.
If you roll 1, it'll be tie. If you roll anything higher, then that would be your win. Yes. All right, you are now riding on the number 3 orca again. As I mentioned, you can use your action to steer it into a certain direction, although you have already used it. With your bonus action, you still have it left. Is there anything else you'd like to do there? Like reckless attack, I believe is a bonus action. Oh, but you have to
Yeah.
attack to do reckless.
I think it has to have an attack first, not after an action. I thought about it. Jeez. Can I, like, produce Flame Cantrip into his blowhole?
It does have blowholes. However, I believe that cantrip uses an action to use. If nothing in bonus action, it'll be Ella's turn.
I'm already raging. I don't think I have any more bonus actions.
Alright. Well, last time you were trying to
So-
observe stuff with the bonus action. So, but yeah. If that is your turn, next turn is Ellen. Who would you like to bless? I mean,
I'm gonna keep it on Ignis again.
alright. Orcas, number 1 and 2 is bummed out. They're like, what is this humans doing? And both of them just submerges into the water again. And number 3 will move into random directions. Number 3 is straight down. And will move 40 feet. I think that's actually into the island.
Okay.
What's the effect of the oil?
It on contact. Oil attack it. Creature must succeed a DC 13 Constitution saving throw and become poisoned for 24 hours. The poison creature is unconscious. Creature wakes up if it takes damage.
What's the DC?
Not 16. It's 13.
See the usefulness of the poison bullet? If you were to get disadvantage, it fails. Yeah. But yeah, bullets are pretty good. But actually, a saving throw, not checks. Never mind. But yes, that's the orca seems to be in contact with the oil. And actually, you would be like that as you're charging along. So Ignis, make the Constitution saving throw.
You gotta be 13.
He's barbarian. Should be fine.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, you're fine.
He's fine. In the oil, no problem. The oil doesn't seem to be affecting those two as they're in contact. And you're muted again.
I also have fire resistance. So is
That is
this
good to
oil
know.
flammable?
Oh, interesting.
No, I think it's more like a vegetable. It's just an oil.
Dang.
Vegetable should still be flammable. Oil of Tajit. Oil of Tajit. I see it's still flammable. If you want to set them on fire for some reason.
Up to you. It was your idea.
All right, and
Do you
it
want
will
to set the
try
water on fire?
to.
I just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
So yeah, the water is on fire then.
You can use your action to ignite them on fire using produce flame. Although you are exposed to the fire as much as the orca is. But yeah. Because of the size, I would say the orca will take more damage than you do. But both of you will take some damage as the fire spreads. Unless you jump into the water, that is. But so orca in using his action will try to shake you off. And let's do the competition with the strengths. It's just natural 20.
Boy.
Roll athletics to fight.
Oh no!
Usually my campaign on natural 20 I do auto success instead of the bursts, but you guys are in some needs help, so why don't I use the regular rule just this time? Roll Bardic Inspiration. If you roll 6, you can actually beat it. If you roll 5, you'd be tied. Bardic Inspiration. Actually, 6 have to be.
Oh.
No. Orca will fling you away. And currently you're no longer mounted. And Harak.
Alright. I will.
You're not in the melee range with the orca. As the rock is above the surface. And you should be able to shoot at it without having any disadvantage or worrying about
Yeah, I have the I don't gain disadvantage on. I don't have a disadvantage if they're within 5 feet of me due to my flourish.
Nice.
Okay, so fire at it. Let's give it this thing. Bada bing, bada bo- Oh boy.
9 misses, unfortunately.
Will my mark? So my mark stays on it until it hits 0 or 1 minute.
Okay, so what's the mark's effect?
So it is. As a bonus action, before you mark a creature you could see. So I've marked each one of the orcas. So I can do it 3 times per long rest. So I've done 1 mark on each.
I think that was when you were on this rock, right? Though.
Yeah, it lasts. Oh,
1 minute.
yeah.
The mark that he put on number 3 was after we came over here. The first 2 he marked on that island, and the third one he marked it once.
True. Number 3 was up there, right?
Yeah, number 3 was the last because 1 and 2 were the ones closest to me that I marked before.
All right. 15 hits. Roll your damage.
Oh boy, 12.
12 piercing damage. It has taken 70 damages so far. However, this orca seems to be still standing. Well, swimming, in fact. If that is the turn,
my...
Ignis.
Yep.
Okay, so I have a crazy idea here. Kazi, I think you're gonna like it. So I'm going to use my produce flame cantrip and at least try to submerge myself before igniting the oil, if that is possible.
Yep, you can submerge yourself. How much though? Just barely? Just barely?
Just enough to get out of the flames. So like less than 5 feet.
You're not in the flames though.
The less than 5 feet would be a little bit questionable because it's the wave, right? It would be sometimes on and off and stuff like that. So I say that if you were to go up 10 feet under the water, you should definitely be fine.
So would I be able to do my produce flame cantrip and still dive underneath?
Is it Burble cantrip?
What's that?
Is it Burble Does it require speech to cast?
Let's see.
No, it's a racial trait. It just kind of pops into my hand.
Racial trait, unless
It's
it
its
specifies.
components verbal, somatic.
Unless it specifies, you still need the verbal components for activating the spell. So I say that if you cast it above the ground,
You got to basically say "flame on," and it happens.
and what's the range on it?
It's touch.
If you would touch it, I would say
So-
that you would take damage. Same amount of damage that you deal. Although they will be on flame and as well as you, but by jumping down, I say you can quench the flame pretty easily.
Screw it. Why not?
All right. Make damage roll. It automatically hits us. There's oils everywhere on the surface of the water right now. Straight up damage, and number 3 will be set on flames, and unless it submerges into the water, it will continue to take damage at the beginning of its turn. Damage, damage, damage.
And unfortunately, produce flame cantrip was one thing that I did not have written down.
Dun dun dun.
The damage for it is 1d8 on hit.
1d8. Then roll 1d8. Should be fine. Alright.
Very
7 damage will be dealt to the orca and yourself as well. And the field of oil on the surface will be on flames, and any creature who passes through it for the first time or stays in there at the beginning of this turn will take damage as fire. And you're currently on fire as the fire spreads to your body with the left.
You have
oil
fire
to the
resistance,
surface.
right?
Yeah, I have fire resistance.
So you
And
take
you only
3
take
damage.
3 damage. Yes. And
If you're raging,
you still have the movement speed left, and
I
if you
am
die,
raging.
rage is only for physical damage. So
Oh.
unless you're the bear barbarian. Yeah, so you
Unless
do 3,
what?
3 damage. Unless you're the bear barbarian. Are you bear?
Yeah, I have the primal path of the bear.
If you're the bear, you have resistance to. Actually, they don't stack. Resistance do not stack. So it would actually.
Well, it says while raging, gain resistance to all damage except psychic.
Yeah, but you already have
You already
resistance
have
to
fire,
fire,
yeah.
and they don't stack twice. So
Womp.
yeah. Womp womp.
You still only take 3 damage. It's
Yep,
not bad.
you do take
Yeah,
damage.
it's not bad.
And the surface will be on fire at the moment. And Ignis, what do you like to do? If we dive into the water?
I'll attempt to get onto the island if I can.
Island is kinda full.
There's no place at the inn.
You know what? I'll say you can, but there is a chance every round that you guys stay in there that someone will fall.
I could put Elric back on my back.
With the wind, basically you guys are like hugging each other,
Yeah.
and there's like a wind and stuff, and it is still with unstable footing. Both of you are in a tight space with 3 people. So I say that why not move Karak back a little bit to the sides,
Yep.
like that, I guess. And yeah, and feel free to put yourself on the island. You're still on fire though.
I did not know I was still on fire. So
Heat source.
I'm kind of always on fire though. So I mean, there's
More
that.
so now.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So if I could dive underneath just enough to quench the flames.
No, actually, you know what? Flavor-wise, that is that. But really, with the storm, you should just doze up immediately. I would
Okay.
say that just don't worry about that. Just put yourself on the island. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a storm wind. It's pretty strong. It's fine. And that is that for Ignis. Elliot, who would you like to give Ballerina inspiration?
I'll keep it on Ignis.
All
He
right.
seems to need it more than anybody else.
Number 3 will take damage from your fire. Roll 1d8 once again to deal against number 3. Oh no. Deals 1 damage. Just slightly sad. But
Bardic inspiration for damage.
No, it's only for
If I was a different type
Yeah.
of bard, that would be possible.
it submerges into the water to douse up the flame, and that'll be it. But the fires are still burning on the surface. And initiative 20, roll acrobatics check.
Who rolls
So-
acrobatics?
Those 2 of you who are standing, so both of you are exhausted, so it'll be with disadvantage, but acrobatics to stay balanced on top of this tiny rock with the winds flying in. You guys are making it so far. It's fine at the moment. But you know that this is probably not the best solution for a long term. For right now, it's fine. What do you guys like to do?
So the orca booked it, right?
At the moment, they seem to be disappeared from the surface once again.
I look at Ignis and I say, do you want to draw it out while we fire at it?
Why
I'm
not?
useless in the water.
So I'll probably just end up like hoofing it this way towards the shore.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sorry,
I can do that.
These are
As it comes up, we'll fire at it, and then we'll make our way that way.
But let's say that is a thing that you guys will do. But right now it's 8:23 PET. Probably you guys are living different time zones. But it had been 3 hours and 20 minutes since the game has started. It's going a little bit longer than expected. I thought you guys were gonna kill up the orc on the first combat.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. But yeah, no. But damage spread was real. 2 of them should have died by now, or it. Yeah, it's a little bit sad in that direction, but it's understandable as you guys don't have like a good ranged weapon for most of you, as well there's 1 barbarian. So, but yeah, I say that it'll be it for this session. We'll continue off from this
Alright.
point forward, and for rest of the group when they do join, I'm just gonna shove it into that big island.
That makes sense.
Yep, and depends on how many people joins on next session. I may add new orcas. Depends on number of the people who have joined. So
Alright.
That is that. But woo, good job. At least you guys are surviving for now.
At least we're not dead.
Yes.
Barely.
That's all we can ask for.
But yes, I usually want to get feedbacks about how the session went. For example, I feel so frustrated about this orca. There's nothing I can do. Stuff like that. If you feel that type of way, talk to me, and then I'll try to see what I can do about it. And if something, yep. So any problem, talk to me. Oh, but yeah. I hope you enjoy the sessions, and if you have any other questions, let me know. And officially, we're done. But yeah. Well, I'll be staying here around until everyone else leaves and stuff. So, question.
I'm gonna go take some Thermaflu. I am out. I had a blast.
Yeah, that
Goddamn
was-
orcas.
Goddamn orcas, man. It's like,
Hate them fish.
yeah,
Yeah, I know. Alright. See you next week, guys.
Yep,
have
see ya.
fun.
I too will be departing. So good night. Good round. I enjoyed it very much.
Good night, and I'll see you next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, farewell.
See ya.
Have fun.